St. Petersburg, you're on there at WPLP.
How you doing?
Fine.
This is Tony in St. Pete.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you need a couple lessons taught to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Because, you see, I like women, and you sound like you're gay.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you bash a lot of people, but you like it in return.
Mm-hmm.
Are you some kind of glutton for pain?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Mm-hmm.
I think you are. Why don't you just fess up to it?
Mm-hmm.
You're just going to say, uh-huh, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
That's right.
Great. I think you're bashing everybody pretty good, and I think you need a little bashing in return.
Yeah, why don't you do it?
Aren't you afraid that somebody's going to see you in public sometime and just bash you physically?
Oh, like maybe you?
Maybe.
Well, why don't you come over to the station tonight?
We're about 300 pounds. I think I could roll your big butt.
Yeah, why don't you come over here?
Think so?
Yeah, come on.
All right.
Yeah, come on.
All right. What time you get off work?
Come over while I'm still on.
Okay. Great. I'll hang around and wait for you.
Don't hang around. Just knock on the door and come on in.
All right. I'll bring some beers. We'll have a good party.
Yeah.
We can bash each other.
Uh-huh.
You may bring any bats or anything?
No, you don't need bats. They won't help you.
We can just tear the place up.
No, we'll just tear you up.
All right.
Right.
That sounds like it'd be just a ducky time.
Oh, it sure will be.
Just ducky.
Yeah, we'll wave to you as they're taking you away in the paddy wagon, punk.
Really?
Yeah, you better believe it.
You think so?
Uh-huh.
How do you know that I'm going away in the paddy wagon?
Come over and find out.
What if you're in the ambulance? How are you going to see me?
Come on over and find out, punk.
That sounds like a good time.
Uh-huh.
Why do you call me punk? What?
Because you are.
I'm young?
Because you're a little snot-nosed punk, that's why.
Little?
Who thinks that you're on the telephone, you're going to talk big.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
How do you know that I'm not big?
Come on.
How do you know I'm not big?
Come on over, punk.
You say punk. You say
You
punk.
got it.
Little punk. You little
You got
snot-nosed
it.
punk.
You got
I
it.
may be bigger than you.
Maybe you are.
Maybe I am. Don't want to scare you?
Nope.
You need to watch out for people like me.
Uh-huh.
You do.
Uh-huh.
You know you do.
Uh-huh.
You'll think about me later.
Okay.
You'll be looking over your shoulder, and you'll think about me.
Yeah, you'll be having something in your belly, too, to make you think about me for the rest of you. Tampa, you're on the air at WPLP.
Is that me?
That's you.
Bob, you know, now, honest God, I never listened to you.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Fowler this morning telling what you were going to be doing.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. He didn't know.
Well,
Nor did he say.
I heard this one woman say that you're homosexual. I want to know who you sleep with and who your homosexual friends are.
Why, you looking for a date tonight or something?
You got it.
I see. Well, you've come to the wrong place.
Why?
I'm monogamous.
You are?
Yeah, I don't sleep with
What's
callers.
his name?
I don't sleep with callers.
Well, what's his name?
None of your damn business.
Why not?
Bruce.
It's open air.
Bruce. Does that make you happy?
I knew it'd be Bruce or Sid or... Where did you get that
You
list?
seem to know an awful lot about homosexuality.
Yes, I do. Where'd you get that list from?
I worked on it. I went to school to learn it.
What school is that?
Louisiana Lisping Institute.
Well, you know, you are queer.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen you. I saw you at West Shore Mall.
Really? How often have you come out to follow me around?
No, I didn't come to see you.
Oh, I see.
No, I came to see Tim
Uh-huh.
and David.
Uh-huh.
David was sick, and you were terrible that day.
Uh-huh.
And you're a communist.
Mm-hmm.
And since we don't have this, what do they call this thing now that it's called? The Fairness? The Fairness Act or something?
Uh-huh. Something like that.
They probably don't have to keep you on anymore, do they?
They never did.
They didn't have to?
No.
Well, who are you? Is Bruce work for the station there?
No.
Well, you know you're just a liberal queer.
Highest rated liberal queer in the market.
You are?
Yeah. That's why they keep me on.
Oh. Is that the whole station or what?
The whole market.
I mean, is everybody there like you?
Is everybody here like me? No, I don't
Sure.
think there's anybody here like me except me.
I see.
Are there a lot of people running around like you?
You know, excuse me?
I said, are there a lot of people running around like you?
Probably a couple 100 million, yes.
Oh, what a terrible thought.
Why is that?
Just a terrible thought.
To who?
Almost anybody, I should think.
Well, I fought my war. What war did you fight?
Oh, my, you did?
Yes, I did.
Oh, great.
I was in the Navy, you know.
Fantastic.
Well, what did you ever do for your country?
What did I ever do for my country?
Yes.
Fought.
You did what?
Fought.
Fight.
I said fought.
Spell that.
Such as in think.
I'm sorry, I can't hear that. You did what?
I think.
Think?
Think, yeah. No, not
Well,
think.
everybody in this
Think.
country thinks.
Really?
Sure, don't we?
Huh.
How do you think we got to be such a great country? We didn't have fags and queers.
By the way, since you never listened to this program, how do you know I'm a communist liberal?
Because I saw you at West Shore Plaza.
Oh, what, did I have a T-shirt on or something that said communist
No,
liberal?
You're a big, fat, bearded person that smokes a hell of a lot of cigarettes. And
Hell of a lot of cigarettes.
Weak-wristed, and I can't believe.
Well, would you like to arm wrestle?
You bet.
Would you like to see how weak-wristed I am, bozo?
Betcha.
Bring it over here, baby. Along with a $100 bill.
I've never been beat arm wrestling.
Bring it over here along with a $100 bill. I'll do it right here on the air.
Address.
Look it up in the phone book.
It's not in the phone book. I've looked it up.
I don't know what the hell the address is. Call them up in the morning. They'll tell you.
Call who?
The business office.
Who do I ask?
Can't you make any decisions on your own?
Decisions? I made a decision to call
I mean,
you.
how the hell can you find the bathroom?
It's easy.
Oh, do you have a rope tied to the door and you just follow it?
No, I got a rope. I got soap on a rope.
I'll bet you do. I'll bet you do. St. Pete, you're on the air at WPLP.
Yo, Lassiter.
Yeah?
Oh.
Yeah? Go ahead.
I got a question for you, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Who helped you put it together?
excuse me?
Who helped you put it together?
Ha ha, very funny. Your usual sarcasm.
Mm-hmm.
Your usual sarcasm.
No, just my usual inquisitive mind.
Yeah, right. Remember the guy that told you that he'd come over to the station?
Yeah?
I wish he gave his number out because I'd like to come over too.
Good. I got 6 of them.
You got 6 of them?
Yep.
6 of what?
You'll find out.
Yeah, right. You really scare me, Bob.
Mhm.
You're from New Jersey, I hear?
Yeah.
Are you?
Mhm.
You're a disgrace because I'm from New Jersey too.
Mm.
And us New Jersey people do not act like you do.
Oh.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe you're from the south end of New Jersey where all the niggers are.
Uh-huh.
Okay? But I'm from the north end of New Jersey toward New York City.
Uh-huh.
And people like you, we don't put up with that kind of
Oh, what kind of people am I?
What kind of people are you?
Yeah.
You're ignorant.
Uh-huh.
I don't think you have a high school education. I
Mhm.
really don't.
Mhm.
The way that your philosophy goes on life and things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're way out of perspective with life, Lassiter.
Oh, for example?
You're gone.
For example?
Huh?
For example?
For example?
Yeah.
For example,
Yes, for example. I believe that was a question.
foreign policy.
Could you be tad more specific?
Well, I don't want to get into politics like
Oh.
you said earlier to one of your callers.
Well, you see, it's my show. I've asked you to be more specific. You've made a charge against me, and I'd like to know what the charge is. What the hell you
I
think?
that
What do you mean
You
you
couldn't
think?
even
You haven't
shine
thought a
Dave
day in your
Fowler's
life. Give me a break.
you could not even shine Fowler's shoes.
Uh-huh.
You couldn't.
Yeah, he wears canvas shoes. That's why I couldn't.
You couldn't.
Yeah.
And I also think that they should take Tim Cole off of Saturday and Sunday,
Mhm.
put him in your spot,
Might get your wish.
and let you wash dishes in some
I
restaurant.
wouldn't challenge you, would it? You wouldn't have to think about anything. You'd never have to hear anything you didn't like.
Well, excuse me.
Uh-huh.
I don't like you, and that's a fact.
Really?
That's a fact.
Too bad you don't even know why.
I have a lot of reasons why.
Well, then why don't you share some of them with
You're
us?
a commie pinko.
Uh-huh.
That's right.
Right.
Communist. And I hear you're a homosexual.
Uh-huh.
You're probably spreading AIDS around all over the goddamn area, Pinellas and Hillsborough County.
You want to drop your soap?
Excuse me?
You want to drop your soap?
I ain't no faggot. I ain't no faggot.
Uh-huh.
Don't accuse me of being one either.
Uh-huh.
You don't know me from Adam. But
Uh-huh.
I'm sure as hell ready to come down.
Oh, you don't know me from Adam either, do you? You don't know me from Adam either. But that doesn't stop you from making outrageous charges that you can't back up because you've been challenged and you can't even say why you think the way you think.
Well, when you got 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 people laying down facts that have seen you,
Uh-huh.
that happen to know you for a certain amount of time,
Right.
that have listened to your program like I have,
Uh-huh.
and I think you're totally off the wall.
Uh-huh. Why do you listen to it then?
Why do I listen to it?
Yeah, you want me to tell you why? I know that you don't know why, but I'd be delighted to tell you why.
Laugh. I
It's the
listen to it
best
for a good
damn
laugh.
show you've ever heard. That's why you listen.
You know why I listen to it?
Yeah, I just told
For a
you.
good laugh.
Yeah,
I think you
right.
should be in Green Bay.
You're not intelligent enough to get a laugh out of this show.
Excuse me?
You're not intelligent enough to get a laugh out of this show.
All right. And what backs that up, Mr. Fowler? Or I mean, Mr. Lassiter. What backs that up?
3 minutes and 50 seconds of listening to you.
The thing that I don't understand about you, I've been listening to you off and on for a long time. and I've come to the conclusion you're a loser.
Mhm.
You're a complete loser.
Mhm.
Everything you start, never finish.
Mhm.
You started off with a campaign about the cost of, the 3.35 cost of living.
Mhm.
Then you had people sign
It's called the minimum wage.
minimum wage.
Right.
You had people sign things for campaigns.
That's correct.
And then they dropped out. Anything you start, it drops.
Mhm.
It don't get nowhere.
Mhm.
You're a loser.
Mhm.
Now, you've been married. I guarantee in 6 months' time, you ain't going to be married anymore.
Really?
Because you're a loser in anything you try.
You kind of hope that my marriage falls apart, don't you?
Well, you haven't you haven't started anything,
Mhm.
finished anything you started that come through.
Mhm.
And nobody, like you take in the newspapers or anything, nobody comments on what you say.
Mhm.
You're the only one, you have your own opinion.
Mhm.
It's just ego. You only got ego.
Mhm.
And I think you're an intelligent guy, but I just can't understand how you back everything. Now, most talk shows hosts have their callers call once a week.
Mhm.
You have your callers call every day.
Oh, really?
And some of them even call twice a day.
Really?
Twice a day. That's why you have so many calls. They call you every day.
Do you live in a gingerbread house or something?
Beg pardon?
Do you live in a gingerbread house? Or maybe an old shoe?
Gingerbread house.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I didn't think you'd know, but that's okay. Go on.
You know, it's the first time I ever called you.
Mm-hmm.
I've never called you before, but you're a complete loser.
Mhm.
If I had a business or anything, I would love to have you to criticize me because I think I would be the success of my business.
Mm-hmm.
Because anytime you go in a restaurant, you don't get no service. Anytime you buy anything, it's always bad.
Mhm.
I don't know. I eat out once a week all the time.
What, at Morrison's Cafe?
Beg pardon?
What, at Morrison's Cafeteria?
I live in St. Pete Beach, and I live eating all these restaurants here on the St. Pete Beach, and I always made it a policy to eat in a restaurant where they serve you cloth napkins. I never eat in a restaurant where they don't get cloth napkins.
Oh, that's good.
And I always,
What do you do, steal them?
and I always get good service, and I always get a good meal.
Great, glad to hear it.
Beg pardon?
So great, glad to hear it.
And I can't understand. Every time, everything against everything.
Maybe my standards are higher than yours.
Because you're a loser. No, you're a loser.
Oh.
Everything you attempt, why don't you go through with something? You just got people to sign a couple petitions, but nothing ever happens.
What did you expect to happen?
I don't know, get through. People got, they give in to you, you get some,
What did you expect to happen?
you succeed in some of your
What
things.
did you expect to happen?
I don't know, if you try to do something, you think you succeed in it. Now you were just,
Well, how do you know I failed in it?
you're just about
How do you know I failed in it?
just about the
How do you know I failed in it?
What?
How do you know I failed in it?
Because nothing ever happens.
Oh, you sure about that?
Positive.
Oh, I see.
Everything you've been, because listen, nothing ever happened. Now you just started about the what do you mean? The agency for decency or something. I don't know what it. You said you were going after that. Well,
That's right.
You go after for a few days, and that's the end of it. That's the end of it.
No, it's not the end of it at all. As a matter of fact, I have right before me the report from the Internal Revenue Service on the National Federation for Decency.
Look, you take all the things that you've started in the last couple months.
Uh-huh.
What happened? Any of them?
Good shows.
What?
Good shows. I thought you didn't listen very much.
Oh, who said I didn't listen?
You did when you started.
Oh, I said I listened off and on. No,
That's
I
right.
listen a lot. No,
Oh, you listen a lot. I see. So it's more on than off.
No, but I listen a lot. I listen a lot.
Why do you listen to a loser so much?
Well, because it's interesting.
Oh,
Well, I agree with you're interesting. Listen, you're interesting.
that's right.
It's no question you're interesting, but you're a loser.
Mm-hmm.
You're
What do you think that says about you?
What?
What do you think that says about you?
Well, I don't know. I've been very successful in life. I'm retired now.
Not very successful in picking talk shows, apparently.
Beg pardon?
I said you're not very successful in... What did you do? Did you run a jackhammer or something when you were working? You seem to have a terrible hearing problem.
No.
You're not very successful in picking talk shows.
Well, I've been pretty successful in life. I have nothing to worry about. I live in a very
Just
fine
pick losing talk shows to listen to,
I
huh?
live in a very fine condominium on a beach.
Mm-hmm, I'll bet.
Yes, sir, a very fine condominium. I paid $125,000 for it 7 years ago,
Great.
and it's all paid for too.
Fantastic.
So, but I know you're. I just want to tell you, I listen to you. There's no question. I'm telling you, I listen to you.
Mm-hmm.
But you're definitely a loser.
Mm-hmm.
Go through with one of your things. Let me see you succeed in anything you attempt.
I did, sir.
Right.
I got you to call.
Sid, look at your topic tonight.
Mhm.
Lassiter, wow, you're really going to make it somewhere.
Mm-hmm. You're listening. You called.
This is the last time.
How long did you sit on the phone waiting?
the last time.
How long did you sit on the phone waiting, sucker?
About 2 minutes. Sucker.
More lies.
Sucker.
How long did he wait, Michael? 12 to 15. Anything else you'd like to know?
How about...
Can't even tell time, I see. What about it? Mm-hmm.
457.
Mm-hmm. I thought you had taken care of that. What the little punk did was try to give out a phone number on the air that was not mine. He doesn't know mine, but it was somebody else's phone number, just for the benefit of those of you sitting at home listening.
Maniac.
Well, thank you.
With the manners of a Neanderthal.
Mhm.
The way you step in on people when they're trying to say something is outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to give me 3 minutes?
If you'd like, go ahead.
Well, the only thing I agree with you about is Ronald Reagan, because I think he's the worst president we ever had.
Mm-hmm.
So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Oh, my, I don't think I've ever been so insulted.
Well, I'd say worse if I could, but it wouldn't go over the air.
Sure it would.
Censored.
Sure it would. Go ahead, give it a try.
Well, you're an ass.
Mm-hmm. Glad she's not rude and crude, huh?
Yes. I think you're a genius.
Mm-hmm.
You have delusions of grandeur, and figments of the imagination indicates to me that there's something very deficient in your personality.
Right, sir. I have delusions of grandeur because I happen to know my history and you don't.
You're always building yourself up and cutting the other people down.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, you couldn't stand tall. And another thing, I really doubt your sincerity. You cut Oliver North down on people. You couldn't even shine his shoes, you miserable. Not even a good facsimile of a man.
Mm-hmm.
If you couldn't serve our country, what is wrong with you?
I could, sir. I chose not to.
I know. Or did you go to Canada or something?
No, sir, I didn't.
Then you dodged the draft.
No, sir, I didn't.
Did the same thing.
No, sir, I
Went to the
didn't
Academy
dodge
in
the draft.
49,
Sir,
in 53,
shut up!
Served his country.
Shut up, you miserable old pig! You're not going to spread lies. It's bad enough I had to censor you 4 times for your foul, filthy mouth. Tampa, you're on the air at WPLP.
I think you're jealous of him, too.
Mm-hmm. Why's that?
Pittsburgh.
I beg your pardon?
Because he's from Pittsburgh.
No, he's not.
Well, the Pirates beat the Phillies, or the Steelers beat the Eagles, whatever. I
He's
think
not
Jack
from
Ellery
Pittsburgh,
claims
sir.
he's from Pittsburgh.
He's not from Pittsburgh, nor am I.
But Jack Ellery is.
No, he's not.
Well, you're jealous of Paul Gonzalez
Mm-hmm.
because he got a promotion.
Mm-hmm.
And he also does some ads, too.
Mm-hmm.
Bob, I also want to congratulate you on your efforts to lower the minimum wage to $2.50 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Because I bet you're going to Kmart and buy those $8 shirts instead of Moss Brothers for those $22 shirts. Right?
Never bought a shirt in Kmart in my life.
Buy those $8 shirts at Kmart, and where they pay the wages of 50 cents an hour over in Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And what about the upholstery on that new furniture that you bought? Where was that made? Taiwan?
No.
Singapore?
No, it's made on a cow.
Made on a cow?
Mm-hmm.
A Singapore cow, right?
No, an
50
Italian
cents an hour.
cow.
Right?
No, an Italian cow.
An Italian cow.
Uh-huh.
55 cents an hour by an 11-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Running all over town to save a few $100 on slave labor.
Mm-hmm.
Bob, why don't you do a show on the Tampa Bay Bucks?
Because I found them boring.
Yeah, raise your ratings. That's what I say. That would raise the level of your show.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many votes...
I'm sure that you'd like to hear. I'm sure that you would love to hear a show on football. It's probably about the only thing in between your ears, isn't it?
What about Walter Mondale?
What about him?
Did you vote for him?
Yes, I did.
39 million votes. You know how many RR got?
Drinking Thunderbird.
Jerry Falwell listening to?
Thunderbird and what? Grapefruit juice? Is that the way you mix it up?
With Jerry Falwell? Would you be afraid to mix up the grapefruit
Do you have any idea at all what you're saying? Do you have any idea at all what you're saying? Or do you always babble on like this, incoherently?
Are you afraid to mix up grapefruit juice with Jerry Falwell?
Your time's up, Bozo. Goodbye. You're on the air at WPLP.
St. Petersburg?
That's correct. Ask it again anyway. Are you an obnoxious older person?
No, I said I resent the things that you
Well, if you're not an obnoxious older person, then you have no problem.
Slimy. Who do you think you are to call people? And I also said that we ought to get a petition up to get you off the air because you are not a nice person. You are a very ill-bred person.
Ill-bred?
Yes, you're not a nice
You're familiar with the genealogy of my parents?
I don't talk as good as you. I'm so sorry, Mr. Lassiter. You see, I'm not as educated as you are, Mr. Lassiter.
This is amazing. One person calls me ill-educated, the other person thinks I'm highly educated.
I'm mispronouncing my words, Mr. Lassiter.
You are? I hadn't noticed any.
Excuse me.
I hadn't noticed you mispronouncing any yet, man.
That they ought to do something about you because you're
What do you think they should do about me?
All you've got is for your ears, your head, to separate your ears. That's all, my dear. They separate your
Sounds
head.
like there's some problem with your breathing, too.
Separate your head. Your ears separate your head.
Yes,
Good night, Mr. Lassiter.
That's actually the way it is with most people. Their ears separate their head, but I suppose in some neighborhoods there are some peculiar people whose ears do not quite come to each end of the head. You're on there, WPLP.
Really, complete asshole.
Why is that?
Well, you don't have to ask me why I listen to your machine, your radio station. I don't listen to it, okay?
Oh, I see.
No, I don't.
So if you don't listen to it, then how do you know?
Well, I'm going to tell you how I know.
Uh-huh.
I might call if I'm during a commercial or watching a ball game, which I don't have to have the volume on, to call to see how obnoxious you're getting.
Uh-huh.
And it really, really aggravates me that somebody with your sense of ignorance could sit there on the phone and intimidate old people.
With my sense of ignorance. That's an interesting phrase.
Like I said, maybe I've
never heard those two words put together before.
But how you can intimidate old people, young people, disabled people. Doesn't matter what they
Disabled people?
Pardon me?
Disabled people. That's interesting.
Well, you said it, not me. Whether they're black, white, or green, if you don't like the way they think or the way they talk, you push your little button. You remind me of a couple of guys I went to school with, you know.
Must be an awful lot of commercials on that station you're watching.
And go home.
I said there must be an awful lot of commercials on that station that you're watching.
Not too many.
Oh, really? You seem to have a very intimate knowledge of the program.
No, not
For someone that doesn't listen except during commercials.
No, not too many. But anyway, I just, I want to call you, and I just want to tell you. And like I said, believe me, I wish, I know one thing. I wish the other people would boycott your commercials, your products. I don't buy Miracle Ice anymore, and I used to. There's a lot of things. I will not patronize Sears because of you. There's a lot of things I won't do because of Bob Lassiter.
Well, it seems to me the people from Miracle Ice and Sears should be thrilled.
I think you're a complete rectal mouth, and I think that something should be done to get people like you off the air.
Could I make a suggestion to you?
No, you can't make a suggestion.
I'd be delighted to. Why don't you watch the to be the way you want them to be? That's why you keep trying to talk over me, and it doesn't work because I talk over you. It's the way the thing is set up electronically. I thought you wanted to ask questions, sir. A man that wants to ask questions is normally interested in hearing answers, aren't they? But you're not interested in hearing answers. You're just interested in making things up.
You cannot accept it. You were talking
What can't I accept, sir? Nobody heard you.
And somebody asked you if your mother believed in God, and you says that on her deathbed she told you yes, but she lied to you then too.
No, sir, that's not what I said at all. I said she told me no.
Well,
no, it isn't, sir.
Reiterate what
she told me no. She told her sisters yes.
She told you no?
Yes.
And she told her sisters yes.
That's correct, sir.
Did your mother lie to you or to her sister?
I have no way of knowing. Unfortunately, she's dead.
You also made the remark that you could care less, too. I don't know, maybe that yellow strip went up the front along with the back. But what have you contributed? Can you say one thing?
What would you likely to have contributed, sir? What do you consider a contribution?
What have you?
Well, tell me what you consider to be a contribution, sir.
Organizations where they could have used somebody for whether it's a Big Brother organization.
Yes, sir. I've been affiliated with the Big Brothers in the past.
Whether it was a...
I said, sir.
What have you contributed?
Sir, if you'll shut up your big fat mouth, I'd be delighted to answer.
I'll let you talk, but...
Oh, I see you don't want answers.
I will not shut up.
Because you don't want to hear the answers, that's why.
Go ahead. Answer.
Well, I said, yes, I've been affiliated with the Big Brothers. I've been affiliated with the Little League. I've been affiliated with Community Theater. I've been affiliated with the Boy Scouts.
Here in this area?
No, sir, not recently, no.
Why not in this area?
Because I haven't felt like it, sir.
You haven't felt like it?
That's right.
You've said many times that
I work in the evening, sir. I work in the evening, don't I?
You work in the evening? I work in the evening, too.
Oh, interesting.
I work in the daytime, too.
Great. Glad to hear it, sir.
You've made a comment many times that you don't like this area. Maybe that's why you haven't been a contributing factor.
Maybe it is.
Then why are you here?
Because I am, sir.
Why?
Everybody's got to be someplace.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think the majority of people, let me ask you a question and be honest. Do you think the majority of people that listen to your show, would prefer to have you on the air or prefer to have you off?
Well, I would assume, sir, they would prefer to have me on.
Well, I challenge...
Or else they must be idiots.
I challenge you to have a poll, not only one night, because you're going to need both. 2 nights, you can separate them in a week so people can talk. To see how many people would want Bob Lassiter kept on the air and how many people would want Bob Lassiter off the air. I challenge you to that.
Oh, my goodness, you do?
Yes, I do.
Oh, my.
Yes, I do. I challenge you to that.
Is that about it, or do you have more?
Oh, I've got a lot more reneging on something then. A minute ago you said you might do that tomorrow, but now you're...
Well, that's not reneging, sir. It was a thought. I might do it tomorrow.
Called Pryor, a 73-year-old veteran who gave 2, 3, 1, 4 years of his life defending this country. You decided to whistle while he was talking.
That's right.
Wasn't that nice?
No, it was clever.
Was it? You think it was?
I beg your pardon, sir.
Tell us where you're from.
I beg your pardon, sir.
Where you're going.
I beg your pardon, sir.
Yeah, you beg. Go ahead. You beg. You have it.
Well, that was a very interesting comment.
What was that? I made
about my father.
I made several.
About my father, sir.
That's right. I said you don't know where your father is.
That's right.
So you don't even know who you are.
Oh, don't I?
Obviously not.
I see.
Tell us, who are you?
I'm me.
Who are you? Who are you?
A man with convictions, sir.
Convictions?
Uh-huh.
Somebody doesn't like your convictions, they are no good, right? They are terrible people because they don't believe what Bob Lassiter believes.
Person who prides on calling himself a glutton of eating, who night after night complains about people starving in this country and how the president does not do enough to feed people, yet you brag about...
I don't believe I've ever said anybody's starving in this country.
You talk about being a fat glutton. I'm not going to...
No, I've never talked about being a glutton. I've talked about being fat, but I also don't believe I've ever mentioned starving people in this country.
Well, my friend, I'm not going to get into a play little game. I think...
No, we're not playing little games. This is deadly serious, you see. This is deadly serious, punk. This is deadly serious.
Slim. Calm down, Slim.
See, we get so disturbed when people put words in our mouths. So disturbed. Tampa, you're on the air, WPLP.
I had to skip yesterday, and the problem that I see with you is that you don't give other people a chance to air their views.
Whoops.
Hey, Bob, how you doing?
Fine. Perhaps you should. Hello.
Sharp and sweet. You're the woolly mastodon of truth sinking in the La Brea tar pits of Tampa Bay mentality.
Is that supposed to be bashing?
Take it the way you want it.
You're on the air at WPLP.
Bob?
Yes?
I'm wondering that I think
I've got your problem worked out.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone's thinking you're homosexual,
Mm-hmm.
I think the fact is here is that you don't like straight people.
Mm-hmm.
Could it be, or what? What do you think this is?
I thought you had the problem worked out.
A lot of reasons why.
Well, then why don't you share some of them with
You're
us?
a commie pinko.
Uh-huh.
That's right.
Right.
Communist, and I hear you're a homosexual.
Uh-huh.
You're probably spreading AIDS around all over the goddamn area of Pinellas and Hillsborough County.
You want to drop your soap?
Excuse me?
You want to drop your soap?
I ain't no faggot.
Ah.
I ain't no faggot.
Uh-huh.
Don't accuse me of being one either.
Uh-huh.
You don't know me from Adam. But I'm sure as hell ready to come down.
Oh, you don't know me from Adam either, do you? You don't know me from Adam either. But that doesn't stop you from making outrageous charges that you can't back up because you've been challenged and you can't even say why you think the way you think.
Well, when you got 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 people laying down facts that have seen you, that happen to know you for a certain amount of time,
right,
that have listened to your program like I have, and I think you're totally off the wall.
Why do you listen to it then?
Why do I listen to it?
Yeah, you want me to tell you why? I know that you don't know why, but I'd be delighted to tell you why. It's the best damn show you've ever heard. That's why you listen.
You know why I listen to it?
Yeah, I just told you.
For a good laugh.
Yeah,
I
right.
think you should be in Green Bay.
You're not intelligent enough to get a laugh out of this show.
Excuse me?
You're not intelligent enough to get a laugh out of this show.
All right. And what backs that up, Mr. Fowler? Or, I mean, Mr. Lassiter. What backs that up?
3 minutes and 50 seconds of listening to you.
Before you place another trade in the...
Because all it is just people yelling at each other.
Uh-huh.
And one other thing, I think you need to go on a diet. Have you considered Weight Watchers?
No, I haven't.
Well, you should. You are one disgusting pig.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and another thing, I don't appreciate you cutting down Ollie North either.
Uh-huh.
I bet he's got more schooling than you ever will have.
Yes, he does, as a matter of fact.
Did you drop out of high school in
Yes, I
7th
did.
grade?
No, I beg your pardon, high school is not 7th grade.
Well,
Which year did you drop out in?
Huh?
Which year did you drop out in?
Boy, I don't drop out. I go. If I start something, I finish it.
All the way to the 7th grade?
Oh, shoot, you wish. I got a better education than you ever would.
You have a better education than I ever would.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever you say.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, your show is a load of bull crap.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you listen to it?
Because I just want to yell at you.
Oh.
Like I said, you're...
When do you want to start?
Huh?
When are you going to start?
I already have.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Could have fooled me.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Is that about it?
Huh?
Is that about it? Guess it is.
Whether or not they have, like I just said, there's not a woman would have you. The kind of attitude you've got.
Well, gee, well, you have given it some consideration, though, obviously.
You know, you play word games with people.
No, ma'am, I don't play word games with people. I just hang people with their own words.
Why don't you just talk straight?
I do, ma'am.
No, you don't.
That's what bugs the hell out of you.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you so obnoxious and rude and nasty to people anyway? Why do you insult them and interrupt them and tell them to shut up? First time I heard that, I thought that was the most hideous thing I've ever heard from somebody on a radio station. And
The first time you ever heard that. How many times have you heard it?
Little kids probably listening to some of these shows because their parents probably...
How many times have you heard it, ma'am?
Pardon?
How many times have you heard it? You said the first time you heard me tell someone to shut up.
You've told them to shut up more than once.
Well, how do you know that if you don't listen?
I don't on a regular basis. He has it on.
Uh-huh. And you discuss it with your husband.
Well, he thinks you're as obnoxious as I do.
Mm-hmm. It's rather strange that two people sit around discussing something they find absolutely obnoxious night after night after night.
Oh, I don't listen.
And you think I'm the one who has a problem?
Pardon? Pardon?
And I said, you think I'm the one who has a problem?
You certainly do. If I was you, I would really hurry to get to a psychiatrist so you could live the rest of your life perhaps normal. Only I think it would probably take...
Ma'am, I'm not the one who sits at home listening to obnoxious people talking about it and then wondering about their sexuality. If this would offend you, I'm sorry, but if anyone needs a psychiatrist, I don't think it's me.
Right, you want to increase your ratings right now? You want to increase your...
Would you like me to get David Fowler on the phone right now, and he can tell you about the calls that he's had from you concerning my shows within the past couple of weeks?
You're just a liar.
Would you like me to get David on the phone?
You get...
Uh-huh. Bye-bye, Loretta, forever. ever, Loretta. Because people that use the word that you just used don't ever get on the station again. Ever. Bye-bye, sweetheart. You and Jack all the way.
Bob Lassiter, a private reading.
People would be very, very surprised, if they could hang around the bushes and listen in to what goes on in my house.
Because you're real silly and you're funny and you're laughing.
I'm very, very silly now. I'm a big kid. I mean, as an example, there are, I think we've paired some of them. We're probably down to about 15 stuffed animals at home. But each one has a character. Each one has a story. And those stories are ongoing. I mean, every day.
He's nuts. What's your favorite stuffed animal, Bob?
Well, the one that I pretend to dislike the most, the Bunnybear, Clarence Bunnybear.
The Gary Spivey Show. Weeknights at 6 on AM 620 WSUN.
Be careful that if you use fruit in the bedroom, you have to be careful as to what you put into the vagina, because you can have a very, very bad vaginal infection with fruit and any types of food. So you have to be real, real careful. But bondage, boy, oh boy, there goes another phone call for being tied up right there. Bob, you're on Passion Phones.
Good evening, Aaron.
Hi, Bob.
Hi. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about toys, more toys.
Yes, I love toys.
We have, my wife and I, we have a small stuffed animal we call Clarence, Bunnybear, and I masturbate with him frequently.
You masturbate with a stuffed animal?
Right, Clarence. I pretend not to like him, but I really do.
Okay, and do you like put him in the washer every now and again?
Well, he definitely needs a good washing once in a while.
Okay, so Clarence is one of your favorite toys, huh?
Clarence is quite a scoundrel. He goes in my anus, in and out, various times through the night. He's a wonderful little toy, and
Well, that's about all I can hear about with Clarence. Ew. There's times my producer, Steve the hunk, we just look at each other and we go, holy cow, our sex lives are so boring. Our sex lives are so normal. We are so pathetic when it comes to things sexually, because we don't have something like Clarence happening. Here I am talking about throwing my dog Eddie out of the bedroom when making love to the old man. And our last caller has... God... Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What do you want on the top of your bedroom wish list? That's what it's all about tonight on Passion Phones. You do not have to use your real name when calling in. Most important thing is that we hear from you. Chris and Bob, you're up next. I'm Erin Summers.
And now it's time for a quick food tip with Chef Perry.
My dear guests, I am your host, Mr. Rourke. Welcome to Fantasy Island. Also known as Chef Perry's Quick Food Tips. Hey, Hal, do your tattoo impression. Drop your pants and show us how little you are. When Hal makes love to his wife, he yells, "The pain, the pain." Okay. Hey, you want a food tip? People are always telling you, don't chew with your mouth open, close your mouth when you chew. Well, I'm here to tell you that's just not true. If you really enjoy your food, you got to share it with everyone else. You know what I'm saying? Especially the ladies. Next time you're out on a date and you're eating a steak, like this. Go like this. If she's still there, when you close your mouth, marry her. Now get the hell out of here. It's good.
This has been a quick food tip with Chef Perry.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just in the middle of a note here. Just let me quickly finish this up. Okay, remember the morning of January 30th, 1995, when it was raining like real bad outside?
Yeah.
And you just dumped my paper on the curb. I do. Okay. All right.
Is your paper still drying out?
Oh, well, that's neither here nor there. I was just, I've decided this year to keep a little stack of papers and the little stack of no papers in the drawer by the front door. So that next December, when my paper boy drops off that envelope for me to leave his gratuity, his Christmas gratuity, well, what he's going to find is, do you remember the morning of January 30th when it was raining like real bad and you dumped my paper on the curb. I do.
I see.
Yes. Okay. I mean, they just came to... I mean, it's pouring out yesterday morning. I mean, pouring.
Well, where's he supposed to throw it?
Well, how about, like, kind of close to the house and, like, maybe at least in the driveway as opposed to the farthest possible corner of the property on the lawn right by the curb?
Well... Pity the poor paper person.
Pity the poor paper person. You got it. 576 WSUN in Pinellas and Hillsborough, 221 WSUN. All the areas toll-free, 1-800-356-WSUN. So let's go to Hernando. Hi there, Hernando. You're on the air at WSUN.
Yes, Bob. The OJ case.
Yeah.
With Marsha. I just heard you on the...
Tampa, you're on the air at WSUN.
Hey, Bob.
Yes, sir.
It's me. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was on yet. Bear with me. I got a cold. I have an interesting story, kind of lighten it up a little bit. Reference your wonderful tasty cakes.
Yes, sir. Afternoon drive, remember?
Hello?
Yes, hello.
I'm sorry. I don't hear you very well, Bob.
Well, sir, what do you want me to say, for God's sake? I mean, you just stopped dead in the middle of the sentence.
His bong on the machine or something, because I can't hear you at all. It's a bad connection. Jeffy. Hell with this crap.
That's just my sentiments, too, sir. 576 WSU. I don't understand when people say things that there's nothing to respond to and stop dead and say, hello? Hello? Never could understand that. Let's do Town and Country. Hi, Town. You're on the air at WSUN.
Hey, Bob. How's it going?
Oh, crappy.
Crappy?
Oh, this first hour, man. Yes?
I think OJ should fire them all and get a public defender. It'd probably be better.
At this point in the game, man, you're probably right. They have been handed an acquittal on a silver platter, not a hung jury, an acquittal on a silver platter, and at least from the first couple of days, they put the whole damn thing in jeopardy.
Yep. Oh, yeah. There's so many inconsistencies. First he was asleep, now he's playing golf.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's he doing next?
And again, it doesn't make any difference if he was asleep or playing golf.
Right.
Neither is going to get him off.
Well, blood.
What are you going to do?
I'd fire them all.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, fire them all. Make a note of that, Sharon.
Hey, kids.
Hi, Bernie.
Oh, geez, not so loud.
Gee, Bernie, you look sad. What's the matter?
Well, does everybody remember Big Sal, the cameraman? Well, the bastards who own this freaking puppet show fired his ass and replaced him with a remote-controlled camera. So Sal and I went out last night on a bender, picked up some whores, and got completely blitzed.
You want to play a game using the alphabet?
Nah, I think I gotta puke. You kids knock yourselves out, though. I'll see you tomorrow.
He always leaves you wanting more. Bernie the dinosaur.
25 minutes after people are. Especially successful people with money. 576 WSUN. You see, intelligence has nothing whatsoever to do with money. It's luck. 576 WSUN in Pinellas and Hillsborough, 221 WSUN. Let's go to Dunedin. Hi, Dunedin. You're on the air at WSUN.
Hi, Bob.
Hi.
Just taking a break from delivering the city's mail here. I wanted to let you know that somebody really goofed on you and Aaron Summers last night on the radio.
Nobody goofed on me on the radio last night. I wasn't on.
Well, no, you weren't on, but I was listening and I heard a Spivey promo where he said he's interviewing Bob Lassiter.
Yeah.
The one where you talk about the Bunnybear.
Clarence, yeah.
Oh, Clarence, yeah, Clarence the Bunnybear. And, the topic of her show last night was what you want more of in the bedroom but are ashamed to ask.
Right, smoking privileges, right?
Right, and I thought of you, but then somebody called in. I didn't catch whether they said their name was Bob or not, but they said they wanted more of Clarence the Bunnybear in the bedroom. And
Goddamn wife of mine.
He went on to describe, he said that he, satisfied himself with the bear. And, I'll use a different word. He said he used the bear annually. And he said it required frequent laundering.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she didn't have a clue, so I guess she's never heard.
And she kept this call on.
What's that?
And she kept this call on. Yeah. Well, she'll put anybody on.
She didn't have a clue.
Some people are very impressed by the show. Some people believe everything they hear, don't they, Sharon?
Yep.
And lastly, I figured out why Jeffy was a little upset yesterday, and I thought you and Sharon might have known since they had that big hashish bust in Pakistan. And then also there were boxes and boxes of back-ordered bong parts that were earmarked for the Tampa Bay area.
Sir, I've stated a number of times before, the halls here in the radio station are crawling with comedians. 576 WSUN in Pinellas. We don't invite them in. 576 WSUN in Pinellas in Hillsborough. You see, there's radio comedy is an art in and of itself. And very, very few people can practice it. 576 WSUN in Pinellas in Hillsborough. 221 WSUN. All other areas toll free. 1-800-356-WSUN. Tampa. Hi, Tampa. You're on the air at WSUN.
I have a question. I'm sort of confused about this case. O.J. was captured.
195. I'm not sure who did this. I suspect it was Peter who went to the time and trouble of going through the tapes of the Filthy Vile Sex Talk show to isolate and put on cart the alleged call that I made. So I'm going to play that call. I'm going to play it. I'll play it and then I'll say what I have to say about it. Okay, here is the alleged call from me to the Filthy Vile Sex Talk show.
Bob, you're on Passion Phones.
Good evening, Aaron.
Hi, Bob.
Hi. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about toys, more toys.
Yes, I love toys.
We have, my wife and I, we have a small stuffed animal we call Clarence, Bunnybear, and I masturbate with him frequently.
You masturbate with a stuffed animal?
Right, Clarence. I pretend not to like him, but I really do.
Okay, and do you like put him in the wash every now and again?
Well, he definitely needs a good washing once in a while.
Okay, this is what I have to say about this. First of all, this is a show that the management of radio station WSUN are extremely high on. I mean, extremely high on. It is a show that our very own girl in the afternoon, Sharon the Body Taylor, has shamelessly promoted.
Yep.
It is a show that David Caton is really been out of shape over. And here's the bottom line. We have, in essence, as a nighttime audience listening to AM radio, a handful of shut-ins. And then we have down in Miami doing the show a woman who was suckered by these shut-ins. She was taking this call seriously. I mean, everybody that calls her up is goofing on her. And then there's some poor soul who, when she's not annoying people on the cruise ship singing Carpenter songs, sits at home and listens to this and finds it interesting and titillating. Sharon, they're all put-ons, putting her on.
You think so? I can't imagine that. People couldn't make up some of the stuff that they call her about. Ooh. Could they? No.
Well, they had nothing else to do but sit around and try.
I don't know, Bobby.
Let's go to Clearwater. Hi, Clear. You're on the air at WSUN.
Hi, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Hey, listen, I just wanted to address that guy that talked to you a couple calls back about his kids were hungry and taking too much out of his paycheck. And, I'm not a rich guy, and I have a lot of sympathy for people that don't feel like they need enough, make enough. But I really wish you had addressed this question about what are you going to do if your kids are hungry and, should you take something from somebody or if you need something, should you just, this is a guy that's sitting here bitching because somebody's taking something unfairly out of his paycheck. But obviously he was trying to justify the fact that if he needed something bad enough, he should be able to take it.
Yeah.
And I just wonder, why would you avoid answering a question and telling the guy...
I usually avoid answering obvious questions.
Obviously that idiot didn't think it was very obvious. I mean, that's the kind of guy that goes around and takes a gun and steals things from people instead of just working another job or going to a social service agency and taking care of his kids.
Down the hall, why would Ross Reback be calling the show? I mean, he's walked in here before if he had something to say.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
I don't know. He just called, said he was ticked to talk to you.
Okay, let's go to Ross Reback. Ross, hi. What do you want, man?
Bloody Ross Reback. Where's he going?
This isn't Ross Reback. It's that goddamned Australian.
Bloody, he's not Australian. I've told you about this before. I'm not Ross Reback. I'm not Martha. I'm not anyone. You know? Get it right.
Tell me again you're not anybody.
Jeffy's on.
It's a pain in my ass.
I don't know what's going on over there. And listen, what's happened to the 5 o'clock bloody news? Jesus Christ, when are you going to start putting it back on?
Never.
What do you mean, never? What's our radio station?
What's the matter? Don't you understand the Queen's English? Never.
I'm telling you, you put it back on. What sort of radio station is that? Hey, it must be
a good one.
A bloody cheap one that don't put 5 o'clock news on. That's what it bloody well is. Anyway, now listen, I don't understand. I always thought that you were in favour of fags and stuff like that. What's going on?
I smoke 2 packs a day of them.
Listen your tune now. Everyone loves a fag. You know that.
Can you teach me how to throw a boomerang?
I don't bloody know how to throw a boomerang.
Ah, come on, all the Australians know how to throw boomerangs.
Australian, you must, I'll tell you what, you must be on as much bleeding hashish as that Jeffy calling me Ross Reback. Now, what's this changing your tune on fags, man? What's going on? Hey, I don't understand. Yeah, no good heavy breathing at me. It doesn't turn me on. Get that 5 o'clock bloody news back on, and quick! Frog!
576 WSUN in Pinellas.
I feel better now.
1-800-356-WSUN is the toll-free number statewide. Let's go to St. Petersburg. Hi, St. You're on the air at WSUN.
Hey, Bob, what's up?
Oh, not much, dude.
Bob, I got to ask you. I was listening to your call last night.
Yeah.
On Passion Phones.
Yeah.
Is that like a deep-seated childhood thing, this Bunnybear fetish, or what, man?
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I heard your call yesterday. You're talking about you and Mr. Bunnybear and the little thing you guys do that gets Mr. Bunnybear all dirty?
No, I didn't call Passion Phones.
Come on, man. I know that was you. Is this like a cry for help or something? There's places out there that can help you, Bob.
I didn't call Passion Phones. I don't listen to the show.
Well, wait a second now.
It was you.
You do or you don't have a Mr. Bunnybear?
Yes, Clarence Bunnybear resides at my home.
Okay. Is there like a whole family of Clarence Bunnybears that other people might have?
No, he's the only bunny bear in captivity. That's one of the things that make... You see, bunny bears are extremely good hiders, which is why there aren't any other bunny bears in captivity, but Clarence is a bad hider, which is why I was able to find him and bring him home to Muffy.
Well, from what you said last night, you were hiding them pretty well where you were putting them. But that's probably why they're pretty rare. You could kill a little bear doing
Bunny Bear sleeps with my wife, not with me. Snooper sleeps with me.
Snoopers?
Snooper, yes.
What orifice do you pack him into?
I don't. Snooper is a puppy bear.
A puppy bear. Bob, I'm telling you, Horizon Hospital maybe, just go in there and check in. You know, we like you. We want to hear you on the radio. But this bunny bear thing and the whole anal situation, it's
I have no such relationship with Clarence.
I heard it, Bob. I heard it with my own ears.
Clarence is nothing but a good-for-nothing scoundrel who was always trying to outsmart me and take my money.
Well, he was taking something off you from what you said, but money had nothing to do with it, pal. Get yourself a little Clorox bleach them off, put them away. Get the stains off them, and don't touch them again, man. It's just sick. You need help, Bob.
You're listening to that show is what is sick, sir.
That may be so.
Filthy, vile sex talk.
Damn thing I've ever heard. I can't believe that you used your own name, though, Bob. It's got to be. It's a cry for help, right?
Yeah, right, sir.
Please, go get the help, Bob.
Yeah, okay.
Raise some money, you know, a getaway from Clarence Bunny Bear Fund.
Station's gone to hell in a handbasket ever since that filthy, vile sex show came on.
Please, Bob, get the help.
Okay, sir. Take care. There he goes. 576 WSUN in Pinellas in Hillsborough 221. See, nobody would have even known Sharon except you keep promoting it and promoting it.
Well, of course I do.
Yeah, Sharon the Body Taylor listens to it.
Well, nobody knew she was there. Somebody had to get the interest going. And look at it now. She's flying. She's flying. She's a major success.
She's flying all right.
She is.
Oh, yeah.
Major success.
Oh, yeah.
Huge
major
success.
Yeah, I'll bet she's huge. Probably all stretched out of shape. 576 WSUN in Pinellas and Hillsborough.
Bobby.
What?
That's a terrible thing to say. Besides, all this stuffed animal talk's probably got my little dog all worked up now. And he's going to be carrying on with his bunny rabbit at home this evening. Good heavens.
You don't let your dog listen to that show.
Well, you and Clarence, you know, I do leave it on for
I have no such relationship with Clarence. I have never had any such relationship with Clarence. Clarence does nothing to turn me on.
Well, Opie has one like that with Mr. Buns, or Mrs. Buns, whatever it is.
But why don't you send him to the pound?
Certain of the gender, but actually he's got a bear and a bunny rabbit that he's kind of partial to, but...
What about the cow clock?
No. It's hard plastic.
We keep the cow clock for ourselves, huh? I see. Or maybe after we're finished with these various different things, then Opie gets them. Is that the way it works?
Oh.
I mean, can Opie look forward to Mr. Cow soon?
I'm going to bring Mr. Cow Clock in and let you hear it.
Oh, that would be exciting, Sharon. We'd already discussed that, I guess, in the last hour. And my heart has not even begun to slow down yet.
I know. You know, my heart hadn't begun to slow down since the Englishman called again. I thought he'd given up on us. I thought he quit listening because he hadn't called in like a week. I was afraid he was gone.
Well, it just goes to show you that Navinas do not work. I made 3 of them. And he called back anyway.
Yep, well, keep lighting those candles.
Yeah. Let's go to Clearwater. Hi, Clear. You're on the air at WSUN.
Bob.
Yes.
Hey, buddy, listen, man, I got to tell you. I heard the show last night, and Clarence, you got to take it easy on that, bud. I heard it. It was you. I know it's all right, man. I got my own skeletons in my own closet, but...
Why should I or anyone else believe someone who listens to a filthy, vile sex show for their jollies?
I object. That show is very educational.
Oh, yeah, right.
Enlightening. It's even amusing at times. Besides...
What have you learned from that show?
For instance, let's say the Fort Lauderdale area. 1 in 40 people... right now have AIDS.
Could have found that out from reading the newspaper.
Well, you could.
Where the hell she got it from?
Regardless, she takes all these important facts, puts them together, throws that out at the public with a little bit of sex ed, and she's tactful. I think she's a very educating person. She's a sophisticated. I enjoy listening to her show.
She is. She's very clinical in the way she explains things.
Yeah, well, you're also probably the kind of guy that, poked a hole through the wall in the gym and watched the girls showering in junior high school.
That's irrelevant. The show is interesting, and I think that she also she's very careful to note that she's not a counselor of any kind. She's not a doctor. It's always just her opinion. And I think she's right on about a lot. I think at times she's a little prejudicial about, in her position, she shouldn't be downplaying some things and upplaying others. But otherwise, all in all, it's a good show. I'm glad it's on the air. But I know that was you that called.
Yeah, right, yeah. Okay, sir.
Have a good day.
Take care.
Bobby, did you really call?
No, I did not really call.
I'll bet you did.
By the way, Tom, I'll expect at least a crisp $20 bill in an envelope in my mailbox tomorrow. At least.
Wait a minute. Why would you be expecting a crisp $20 bill?
For promoting this filthy, vile sex talk show on from 8 to midnight, Monday through Friday.
I started it. Let him leave that in my mailbox. So if we're gonna be groveling for cash, you're gonna be begging the listeners. I can at least, put in my 2 cents here.
I think that's about what your promotion has been worth. It's 5:15.
Whoa! He just gave me $20.
Yes, I like boobs a lot. Boobs a lot, boobs a lot. You gotta like boobs
chocolate. You gotta wear your chocolate. Got to wear your chocolate. You gotta wear your chocolate. Out on the football field. You never can tell what a heel can feel. So you gotta wear your chocolate. You gotta wear your chocolate. Chocolate, chocolate. You gotta wear your chocolate. If I had a flag along. If I had a flag along. If I had a long flag along. If I had a long flag along. If you like boots, I tag along. Baby, boppy, boob, line. If I like boots, I boobs, line, boobs, line. I like boots, they're big and round. They're all around. They're big and round. They're all around.
20 minutes after the hour of 5 o'clock, that last caller in that song reminded me of one of the great regrets of my life. I only have a few.
What could those possibly be?
Well, one of them is that I never got a chance to pitch in the World Series. Okay. Or even a Little League. And the other regret is that I honestly and truly did attend a junior high school that had a hole in the wall between the boys' locker room and the girls' shower room.
How you doing this afternoon, Your Majesty?
Oh, not too bad.
Sir Raynex here.
Oh, yeah.
How you been?
I'm pretty good.
Hello, Miss Sharon.
Hey, Raynex, man.
Oh, great, baby. You know, you want to talk about animal abuse?
Sure.
No.
That's letting Opie listen to that filthy, disgusting, pornographic sex show at night. That's pure animal abuse.
And your dog, too, Sharon.
And he's...
Oh, that Opie. I'm sorry. I thought you meant the other Opie.
Good audience, too.
Let's leave him out of it.
Yeah, sits there with his little tongue out going... And there's Sharon sitting right next to him with her little tongue out going...
And I say, Opie, did you hear what she said?
And did you know that he could rub himself raw on that rabbit?
He could?
Yes, he could. And then you'd have to take him to the vet and explain why your dog has...
You know, I hadn't thought of that, Raynex, man.
Well, you better start thinking about that, young lady.
Then the vet's going to turn you into the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. There will be a big write-up in the paper.
No, we'll have her thrown out of PETA.
That'd be embarrassing.
Yes, it would be, Sharon. You know about that clause in your contract? That
moral turpitude
thing, yeah.
Talk about being ostracized.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob?
Yes.
I started having kids at a very young age. I'm 31. And...
Hey, afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. Welcome to American Eagle Flight 1313. Today's flight will take us right into the Everglades. Please exit the aircraft via that aqua slide that used to be the left wing. Excuse me, Your smoldering baggage can be picked up by the next of kin at the original destination point.
The plane keeps on slipping, dipping, when you got no future. Attach appendages with 10 miles of suture. You're on American Eagle and you're skimming trees. American Eagle, put your head between your knees. On American Eagle, you just signed up for their frequent dial programs. They can't keep the damn plane up. Screw the seatbelt. You're getting thrown from your seat. 30,000. Ain't going to Tampa, but you're gonna see St. Pete. You will shit on your cushion. You're on American Eagle, and you're skimming trees. American Eagle, put your head between your knees. On American Eagle, you just signed up for their frequent flyer program, but they can't keep the damn plane up. You're gonna get drilled like a cavity. You got busted by the law of gravity.
Whoops. 5:35 the time. So a year ago tonight, we're walking around touching the wall saying, it's ours, it's ours.
Can you believe that? A whole year.
And then last Sunday, we're out looking for new bedroom furniture. You know, we bought the new bed, but we still have the rest of the hideous furniture that went with the water bed.
So did you get some stuff?
Of course not.
No.
No. Anything that Bob thought. 576 WSUN in Pinellas and Hillsborough, 221 WSUN. Let's go to St. Petersburg. They've got to, the quality. We haven't had to do that for a while, but I'm going to point it out again. The quality of the crank call must be up to the show's standards, and that was not up to the show's standards. It was not original. It was not funny. It was not compelling. It was, So maybe the caller who made that call might want to practice for a while with just burps and farting noises,
That would be an improvement.
And then when you get those down pat, you could possibly try something else like a character. Let's do Brandon. Hi, Brandon. You're on the air at WSUN.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, dude.
Hey, Miss Sharon.
Hey.
Listen, do you hear you talking about love talk? I happened to have a stockholders meeting that left me out late at night at Burns Steakhouse and caught it on the way home.
Yeah, right. Sure. Yeah, we believe that.
Okay, Bob. I was disgusted as you were. She's got a sweet voice, but she's going to laugh like Phyllis Diller. And the night she was talking about oral sex.
Oh, I know that night was wild. God.
Well, I don't think she knew what she was talking about, Sharon.
She didn't?
Well, I don't know, but I mean, you call her speaking in clinical terms.
Well, sometimes it's more clinical than some stuff on this station. Put it that way.
I'd love to meet your doctor. God. The only thing that got me about it is that it totally offends the AFA and David Caton. And if that's the only reason to keep it on the air, my God, let it fly.
Well, I think that's the reason it is on,
It does.
It really does.
And well, those people need offending, that's for damn sure.
Yeah. And, Bob, would you indulge me a happy moose story?
Of course.
Yeah.
Sharon, I know how you've been getting beat up.
I know. I've just been depressed.
Catch the Ron and Ron Show weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on AM 620 WSUN.
You say history considers me dead. Who am I to argue with this? You're a Starfleet officer. You have a duty. I don't need to be lectured by you. I was out saving the galaxy when your grandfather was in diapers.
We don't try to shoot 'em down. Star Trek Generations. Scott, it weighs 1,000,000 pounds. Star Trek Generations. Pickoff's head looks awful. Taco. Star Trek Generations. Coach should die because he's so old. Talking Star Trek Generations. Star Trek Generations. Star Trek Generations, baby. The enemy, they'll destroy. While Kirk tries to beam up Counselor Troy. Guess Spock's gonna miss the celebration. Just talking about Star Trek Generations. Star Trek Generations. Star Trek Generations, baby. Whoopi's on the Enterprise. Jodie's got some screwed up eyes. Data's skin looks awful white. But Dr. Crusher's uniform's tight. Star Trek Generations. Star Trek Generations, baby.
About 10 minutes away from the hour of 3 o'clock. Works out to it 2:50 if I'm not mistaken. You know, I was listening Friday morning.
WPLP.
Yeah, Bob, in the midst of all this profanity, are you going to take any serious calls?
If I get them. WPLP.
I want to ask you a question about my mental problem.
Sorry, not answering questions tonight. WPLP.
Mr. Draft Dodger, Mr. Fatso, Mr. Ignoramus, you can't handle it. The market is getting mad at you, and we're getting you out of here because you mess with us, we'll mess with you. Simple as that. You got it?
Oh, my.
Cut me off and show me how tough you are.
WPLP. Yes.
I just wanted to tell you we're real sorry to hear you going.
Okay. WPLP.
Hey, Bob, I hear Rich Catalano's taking over for you.
Could be. WPLP.
Yes, I'd like to make a comment. Viva Cuba!
WPLP.
Hello?
Hello.
Kiss my ass.
WPLP.
Hi, Bob Lassiter.
Yeah.
I'm having problems right now.
Okay, that's good. WPLP. WPLP.
Nah, Bruce D'Amico's taking over.
Okay. WPLP.
Yes, may I speak with Bob, please?
No, I'm sorry. He's not here tonight. WPLP.
Hello?
Hello.
I'd like to speak to Bob, please.
Sorry, he's gone. WPLP.
Doug, if you're listening.
WPLP.
This community doesn't deserve a good commentator like you.
WPLP. WPLP.
Bob?
Yeah.
You just can't go.
Yes, I can, Ray. WPLP.
Hi,
Speechless. WPLP.
Why do you still play All Alone at the end of the evening, even after you got married?
Good question. WPLP.
Hello, Bob.
Hi. Whoops,
Hey.
sorry, out of time.
The Bob Lassiter Show continues following CBS News on News Talk 57, serving the city of Tampa Bay. WPLP, Pinellas Park. It's 10 o'clock.
I hope you don't leave in this area.
Okay.
You're an asset to us, and I'm sorry you're going.
Okay. Bye. WPLP.
Sorry you're going.
Okay.
WPLP.
Hello. If you turn to Galatians chapter 2, verse 13.
WPLP.
What about doing then? We're going to take over the world.
Okay. WPLP.
Hello, Bob.
Hello.
I'd like to say that I'm all for women exposing their breasts in public. Phillies forever, and I'm going to miss you.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye. WPLP.
Now, there you go again.
WPLP. WPLP. WPLP.
Hey, Porker home?
WPLP.
Yeah. I just called about foster kids, and I want to miss you anyway, okay?
Okay.
But I was a foster kid, and I'm saying that people should take kids into their home, you know? Because they love them and they want to take care of them. And I was raised with people who didn't have much money, okay?
No, it's okay with me if it's okay with you.
Well, that's cute, Bob, okay?
Okay. WPLP.
Bob,
Yes.
you just can't go.
WPLP.
Yeah, Bob.
Yeah.
If you leave, John Christ will inherit all your brilliant colors, and then maybe he'll be able to grow up and not be pre-Lassiter adolescence anymore.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. WPLP.
Yeah, do you know your wife?
WPLP.
Hello, Bob.
Hello.
To the audience out there, I would just like to say to you, you are the lowest, disgusting, low-down rat that I've ever heard of. You call yourselves Christians, Bible readers, fundamentalists. You are grandmothers. You are brothers, fathers, mother, and sister. And the foul language to call anybody on this station or any other station is beyond all means. This is Tampa Bay. I'm ashamed of you people out there. to call this man and his wife and his family that has just tried to help. Open up your eyes to what's going on. Sense of humor, everything going. And this is the kind of people you are. You better get your Bibles out. You are sick people. Goodbye, Bob. Good luck.
Take care. WPLP.
Bob, God bless you and God bless Rich Catalano.
Okay. WPLP.
Hey, Bob, how you doing?
Fine.
Okay.
WPLP.
Bob, we're all going to miss you here, and we're sorry to hear you going.
Okay. WPLP.
I just want to say something about that lady that called right now.
Sorry. WPLP. WPLP.
Bob, I'd like to sing you a goodbye song.
Okay. WPLP.
Hey, you tell the Lord, go back to Russia.
WPLP. WPLP. WPLP.
There you go again.
WPLP.
Have you been injured in an accident? Would you like to be injured in an accident? Do you know anyone who's been injured in an accident?
Joe, I told you never to call this show again. WPLP.
You're an asshole.
You just can't go.
WPLP.
Hi, Bob. Bob, I'm with you all the way, and I'd like to tell your audience a few words. All you rednecks, hicks, Gomer piles, goobers, Neanderthals, you're too stupid to realize how good Mr. Lassiter is. And you people are going to become victim of your own stupidity. Bob, best of luck to you and your wife and your family, and God bless you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
WPLP.
Hey, Bob, I'm sorry to hear you're leaving, but at least Bruce D'Amico's taking over.
WPLP.
I'd like to talk about that kook who just called. I think it should be tested.
WPLP.
Amazing.
WPLP. WPLP. WPLP.
Yeah, Bob.
Yeah.
It's Shabazz here. Hey, listen, brother. Hang in there and keep the fires burning, okay?
Okay.
I know we in your corner, and I appreciate your commentary. And the black community, you know, we know that you're not a biased person, and you dealt with the issues fairly. And, you know, I really appreciate you.
Thank you much.
Right on, bro.
WPLP.
Sweet tarts and Pepsi, a tasty snack.
WPLP.
Hi, Bob. I'm calling you to tell you that you making plenty of money tonight. You got all those nincompoop calling you.
That's right.
To call. You
That's right. I'm cleaning up tonight.
Money.
Cleaning up tonight.
Okay, bye.
Take care. WPLP.
How you doing there, brother Bob?
Fine, thank you. WPLP.
Yeah, I just want to talk about.
Yeah. WPLP.
Bob, I'd like to ask you two things.
WPLP.
Bug off.
Okay. WPLP.
Yeah, could you give me directions to the longshoreman?
WPLP.
I love you, honey.
Okay. WPLP.
Holler.
WPLP.
You just can't go.
WPLP.
Yes, Bob. I've been listening to you for about 30 minutes now, and I hear this verbal sparring going on between you and your listeners. I'd like to know what's the sense in all this.
None whatsoever. WPLP.
Well, there you...
WPLP.
All you Lassiter... Hello?
Yes.
All you Lassiter fans out there, let's get out there and have a rally for Bob Lassiter and show him what we think of him. We need him around here.
WPLP.
I don't have to kick your ass, Buster.
WPLP. WPLP.
Sorry to hear you leaving, Bob.
WPLP.
Bob,
Yes.
for the millionth time in my heart.
WPLP.
Bob.
Yes.
Is this Bob?
Yeah. WPLP.
Bob, are there any more at home like you?
None. WPLP.
Bob.
WPLP.
All these people call...
WPLP.
Bob?
Yes.
May God bless you and your family, and I'm...
WPLP.
Bob?
Yes.
Take it!
WPLP.
Bob, I'd like to say Tackle Shack.
WPLP.
Bob, don't go.
WPLP.
Bye, Bob.
Bye. WPLP. WPLP.
Bob,
Yes.
you just can't go.
WPLP.
Yeah, this is the illegitimate son again.
WPLP. WPLP.
Hello?
Hello. WPLP.
Bob, you were too good for this area. They just don't appreciate you.
WPLP.
We're sorry to hear your call.
WPLP.
Put on some music.
WPLP.
Hey, is this a joke?
Nope. WPLP. Sorry, your time's up. WPLP.
I don't think the Bruce D'Amico show will put up with this.
Okay. WPLP.
Bob,
Yes.
why don't you hurry up and leave if you're leaving?
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
WPLP. WPLP.
Yes, Bob, is it true that you do make 20 cents a call?
Yes, it is. WPLP.
Yeah, hello, Bob.
Hi. WPLP. WPLP.
How you doing, Robert?
Fine, thank you.
What's the problem this evening anyway? What's going on here? I just got out of work here and driving up the road here and hear all this garbage and well, what the hell is going on tonight?
I don't know. I just got here too.
You know-
WPLP.
You jerky.
WPLP.
This is a test for the next 60 seconds.
WPLP.
Faggot face.
Faggot face.
Faggot face.
Have you always had a problem with your speech?
Faggot face. Faggot face. Stupid faggot face. Stupid faggot face. Stupid faggot face.
Yeah.
Stupid faggot face.
WPLP.
Bob, I hope you make $1 million wherever you go. You deserve it, pal.
WPLP.
Bob, I'm sorry you have to put up with such garbage in this community.
Okay. WPLP. WPLP.
Bob, can I ask you a serious question?
No, you cannot. WPLP. WPLP.
Bob, where do I go to rehearse for the Bruce D'Amico show?
108 Lark Avenue. WPLP.
You're speaking to a former president.
WPLP.
How you doing, Nancy?
WPLP.
Faggot face.
WPLP.
Will your mail be forwarded?
I beg your pardon?
Will your mail be forwarded? Because I wrote you a letter.
Will my mail be forwarded?
I mailed the letter tonight. I want to know if it doesn't get there by Friday, if you'll get it.
Who knows? WPLP.
Hello?
Hello? WPLP.
Yeah, Bob, where could we send our applications to get a job to take your place?
You can send that to P.O. Box 48579, St. Petersburg 33743. WPLP.
Bob,
Yes.
please don't go.
WPLP. WPLP.
Faggot face.
Yeah.
WPLP.
Bob, I think the majority of the callers like you, and the ones that don't, those are the few ignorant ones out there. We just have to ignore them and just keep on rolling.
WPLP.
Mr. Lassiter.
Yes.
Yes, this is Bill Johnson from the St. Pete Health Clinic. You have tested positive for AIDS.
Thank you so much. WPLP. WPLP.
This is Dr. Ruth Westheimer. Hello?
Hello.
Bunnybear. Hello, what's your question, please?
WPLP.
Good evening, Bob.
Good evening.
100% of the morons calling 90% of the time, huh?
Okay. WPLP.
Hello, Bob.
Hello.
Where's Bob? Hi, Bob.
Hi. I wonder if Andy Warhol knew about talk radio. WPLP.
Who's Bruce D'Amico?
Beats me. WPLP.
Bob, don't walk, run. They're crazy out there.
Okay.
Numbers to put you on the air with Bob Lassiter are in...
Nothing like...
10:21 the time. WPLP, you're on the air.
Yeah, Bob, before you leave, could you please send me your chili recipe?
Sure thing. WPLP.
Bob, I for one am shocked. There's nothing but gutter language going on tonight, and I really can't take it.
Okay, WPLP.
Hello, Bob Darling.
Hello?
Yes, Robert.
Yes?
You just can't go.
Mm-hmm.
You have to stay with WPLP because we need you so much.
Okay, WPLP. God, I hope he didn't hurt himself. WPLP.
Bob?
Yes.
I just want to say something.
Okay, get your own show. WPLP.
Hi.
Hi.
How do I get on the radio?
How do you get on the radio?
Yeah.
Well, basically, you get a deep voice, you practice your elocution, you make a tape, and get together a resume and send it to a program director.
And I what?
Send it to a program director.
Am I really on the radio?
Yes. Have I ever lied to you before?
Bob?
Yeah?
This is from all the citizens in Seminole. We'd like to, we're...
WPLP?
Hi, Bob. I think a woman should be able to expose her breasts, especially if she's rich.
Okay.
Especially if she's rich Catalano.
Okay, WPLP.
Bob.
Yeah.
Is it true you're a lesbian?
Yes, it is.
Oh, great.
Must have made his night. WPLP. WPLP.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Bob,
Yes.
are you leaving us?
Yes.
Fuck off.
WPLP.
Bob, there's a lot of people out here that really appreciate you, and we are very, very sorry to hear you going.
Okay, WPLP.
Yes, Bob.
Yes.
This has been one of the most entertaining shows I've heard on WPLP.
Okay.
I will remember it forever. Do you think you'll want to do talk radio again?
Well, there was an ad actually in broadcasting tonight that kind of caught my eye. It says a contemporary talk show host needed for a new national radio home shopping program. 3 to 5 years experience, a must. Good interviewing skills, sincerity, must have distinctive personality, and be able to work on air with other talent and celebrities. Programs begin October the 5th to originate from Chicago 7 nights a week, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. Central Time. No beginners. Tape and resume, salary history, and references to Sandra Kramer.
Will you be happy?
Will I be happy? Yes, I think I'll be very happy.
Have you been happy at WPLP?
Have I been happy at WPLP? Yes.
Well, I've been happy listening to you, too.
Okay.
I appreciate the time that you give me on the air, too, Bob, because it really helps me out. It gives me a release.
Okay. Lots of people get a release listening to this program.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye.
WPLP.
Yeah, can I say goodbye to Bob?
No, you can't. WPLP.
Hi, Bob, is this Bob?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'd like to wish you the best, and I'm sorry to hear all the nuts out there tonight.
Okay.
Here.
WPLP. WPLP.
Yeah, Bob, it's been said that when you open your mouth, you belch bilge water.
Has it? Who said that?
Oh, I have a friend sitting over here that talks to you quite often.
Okay.
He says that it's really true.
Okay.
Yeah. Hope you have a good one.
I can't understand what you hang around with people like that for. WPLP.
Happy days are here again.
WPLP.
Bob, is it true you're leaving the air because you're dying of AIDS?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay, thank you.
WPLP.
I've been dead with maybe 6 girls in my entire life.
Okay. WPLP.
Doug, if you're listening, call me, okay?
WPLP.
Bob, you have the best show around. Gonna miss you.
WPLP. WPLP.
Hello, Mr. Lassiter.
Yes.
How are you tonight?
Fine, thank you.
It's been a rush show, I know. I'd like to repeat the immortal words of Don Adams.
Okay. WPLP.
Start calling, babes.
WPLP.
Amazing.
WPLP. Yes. WPLP.
Hello, son. This is Dad. How are you?
WPLP.
You need light bulbs. Thank you.
WPLP.
This has got to be a joke.
WPLP.
Run, don't walk, Dodger.
WPLP. WPLP.
Bob, I'd like to apologize to the Tampa community for all these disparaging remarks they've made about you and your family. I'm very sorry for them, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. WPLP. WPLP.
You're going to have sore fingers. You won't be able to play with yourself tonight.
WPLP.
Hello?
Hello. WPLP.
Bob, when are you coming home?
WPLP.
Is Bob there, please?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, you know, I've been listening to the show this evening.
No, I didn't know that. WPLP.
Bob,
Yes.
we love you. Please don't leave.
Okay. WPLP.
Bob,
Yes.
bug off.
WPLP.
You know what Mary is?
Yes, I do. WPLP.
Bob, please send me that chili recipe.
Will do. WPLP.
Yes, is it true that you're well endowed?
Yes, it is. WPLP.
How are you doing tonight, Mr. Lassiter?
Fine, thank you. WPLP.
Yeah, I'd like to show you my pay stubs from Houston.
I'll bet you would. WPLP. WPLP.
Hello.
Hello.
I wake up every morning wishing my ass off.
WPLP. WPLP.
I want my ring back, Bruce.
Okay. WPLP.
Finally won. I'm victorious, Bob.
Okay, you sounded like victorious to me. WPLP.
Hi, Bob. I just wanted to Tampa Bay to hear my beautiful voice. Thank you.
Okay. Glad to help out there. WPLP.
Bob, this wouldn't happen to be a cheap publicity stunt like New Coke was.
No, it wouldn't. WPLP.
Bob, we're sorry to hear you're leaving.
Okay. WPLP.
Run, Dodger. Run.
WPLP.
This is Dr. Ruth.
Hi there, Dr. Ruth. WPLP.
Hello.
Hello. WPLP. WPLP.
Yes,
Yes, that's true.
Bob Lassiter.
Yes.
Are you going to Chicago?
No, I'm not.
Oh, I thought you were because I really will miss you a great deal.
Okay.
Talked to you once before.
Well, you don't have to miss me. I'm not going to Chicago.
I think I'll leave with you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're the greatest.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. WPLP.
Yes, Bob.
WPLP. WPLP.
Hello, Slop.
WPLP.
Robert, we're real sorry to hear.
WPLP.
Hey, Bob, what'd you pull a rabbit out of my hat?
Okay. WPLP.
Start packing, Dodger.
WPLP.
This is your wife, Mary.
WPLP.
Bob?
Yes.
I'm confirming our date we have tomorrow night.
And what are you laughing about?
I'm laughing about you.
Oh.
Don't forget.
Okay.
Don't forget, you bring the Vaseline.
Hey, just keep one thing in mind.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm the one who's getting paid to do this. WPLP.
Bob, I drove all the way out to 108 Lark Avenue. You gave me the wrong address.
That's North Lark. WPLP.
Yeah, Bob, thank you for all the entertainment you've provided to me over the months I've been listening to you, and best of luck to you also.
Take care. WPLP.
I heard you use straws for condoms.
WPLP.
Hi, I just want to say hi to my mom and dad. Thanks.
Okay. WPLP.
Yo, dude, you having a going away party up there?
No, I'm not. WPLP.
Bob, we love you.
WPLP.
Shag his face.
Get him, son.
WPLP.
Tim Coles ran you out, didn't he?
Yes, he did. WPLP.
Do you think socialized medicine will ever become popular? And
No, I don't. WPLP.
Bob, we're real sorry to hear you're going.
WPLP.
This is pure nonsense.
WPLP.
Hey, Bob.
Yes.
This is your homo father. Come see me.
Okay. WPLP.
Faggot face.
Uppercut, son.
WPLP.
Hi, I just want to say hi to my brothers, too. Thanks.
WPLP.
I'd like to request Freebird for Rich and Shara.
WPLP.
Everything under the sun is in tune, but the sun is eclipsed by the moon.
WPLP.
Yes. This is Tampa.
Yes.
I'd like to say goodbye to Bob Lassiter.
Okay.
And Bob,
Yes.
I've listened to you for about 4 months now, and I'm a political science student, and I just want to let you know I agree with a lot of your ideas, and I'm surely going to miss you. You've been a lot of enjoyment since I've come back from the library. Thank you very much, and I hope you do well.
Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
WPLP.
Yeah, we'll miss you, you humongous slob.
WPLP.
Bob, I'm sorry you had to put up with so much trash in this community, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. WPLP.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, why you calling me?
WPLP.
Yes, suddenly. I'm not wanted for anything, anywhere.
WPLP.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes. Hey, Terry, what's up?
WPLP.
Hi, I just want to say hi to my cats, too. Thanks.
WPLP.
Bob, what's the meaning of life?
WPLP.
You suck.
WPLP.
Hi to Wanda, Kelly, Jack, and Ann.
WPLP.
I just want to say hi to Abe.
WPLP.
Yes, Bob?
Yes.
I have some chihuahuas for sale. Would you like to buy one?
No, thank you. WPLP.
Mr. Lassiter,
Yes.
John Lennon said it best. You don't know what you got until you lose it.
WPLP.
Hey, Bob, is Bruce D'Amico going to keep you on staff when he comes over?
WPLP.
What's in it, please?
WPLP.
Yes, could you tell me what your point is in this whole show?
There isn't any. WPLP.
Bob, best wishes to you, and I do hope that wherever you go, you will elicit the best out of the community. I'm afraid we never got to hear the expertise of some of the senior citizens here who have so much to say. We're never invited.
Right. WPLP.
Yes. Bob?
Yes.
Did something happen the other night to that tape that you played of that woman that said Bob Lassiter was dirty?
No.
A dirty-minded person?
No.
Is this why you're leaving?
No.
No?
No.
You're leaving because you want to?
That's correct.
Well, that's good.
Yes, it is. WPLP. WPLP.
This is Dick Norman.
Great. Hi, Dick. WPLP.
Hi, Doug. What are you doing, dude?
This is Bob, not Doug. WPLP.
Yeah, well, you bet. Why not? Whenever you're ready. I think we'll have a good time.
The telephone numbers to put you on the air with Bob Lassiter are in Hillsborough.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, let's speak to Mr. Lassiter.
Okay. WPLP.
Bob,
Yes.
lots of luck to you in anything you do and anywhere you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
WPLP.
Hi, I just want to say hi to my fish, too. Thanks.
WPLP.
Look, Bob.
Thank you. WPLP.
Hey, Bob, this is your mother. Come home now.
WPLP.
Wah, wah, wah. Thank you.
WPLP.
Yeah, Bob. Hello?
Yeah?
Is it true that your name's really Richard Cranium?
No, it isn't.
Are you sure?
Positive. WPLP.
Actually speaking, you're on the air. Yes, I think you need the sex therapist. Thank you. Are you having good sex? Did you use a condom? Very good.
WPLP.
Vince's getting...
WPLP.
Hey, Rambo, you listening, man? Thanks, dude. I need to talk to Bob Lassiter.
WPLP.
Yeah, Bob, what do you think about the 3 students that went to school that had the AIDS?
WPLP.
Are you going to be doing this tomorrow night and Friday night also?
You never know.
Hello?
Hello.
I just had found out about your station 2 weeks ago, so obviously I won't be able to listen since you're going to be leaving. It's too bad you're leaving. But I was just wondering, I heard it all tonight like this, and I thought it was a put-on, but I can hear the...
A put-on? Sir, I beg your pardon, this is not a put-on. I happen to be the only talk show host who has ever really put his thumb on the pulse of the market. I'm the only man that's ever worked in this town that understood this town.
Well, good luck to where you're going.
Good luck to you, too. WPLP.
Hey, boob, I want you.
WPLP. WPLP.
Hey, hello, Bob. This is Doug. Thanks for taking my calls.
WPLP.
Yeah, let's speak to Mr. Lassiter.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. Is this Bob?
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah. WPLP.
I got a spare tire I'd like to get $3 for. I got an old fan. I paid $12. I'd like to get at least $3.50 for that. I got 3 pair of old overhauls. I'd like to get at least $2 a pair. 0057.
WPLP.
Hello.
Hello.
I wake up every morning wishing.
WPLP.
Hello, Nelson. I was wondering if you would come over and help me with my suppository.
WPLP.
I'd like to speak to Mr. Lassiter, please.
Why?
Because I want to tell him about all these calls that I'm hearing. This is my first time calling.
He doesn't need any cheering up.
Say something?
He doesn't need any cheering up.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. WPLP.
Hello?
WPLP.
Does this mean we're not going to be able to hear Take It to the Limit anymore?
That's right. WPLP.
Yes, Bob?
Yes.
I'm a
first-time giggler, all right. WPLP.
This is Ollie North, and I love Kellogg's shredded wheat.
WPLP.
I'm victorious again. I give the exact date when I would have you removed, and I'm off by 1 day. I said it. I told you May 7th. I have the cassette tape, and I'm off by 1 day. You would have been gone by Thursday, but obviously I'm having you removed by Friday. That's a little discrepancy. I'll have figured out. Now, I'm not sure who I will put in your spots, but of course the petitioner does keep his word. All you listening audience out there, you do remember me from a few months ago. I took a little break and I thought up a strategy, and it worked. I ripped up the petitions. I went and spoke to the people. I got them to call, and you were doing just the right thing. Let him make 20 cents a call. Let him make it, but he's going. That's what we want. We are victorious. That little cassette tape he plays of that guy talking about John Lennon is about us. We, the people, have ousted a big piece of fat.
WPLP.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, is that Bob or the producer?
Yes.
That's Bob.
Yes.
God bless you and shalom. You're a fine, brilliant young man. I appreciate you very much. Bye.
Thank you. WPLP. Hello. WPLP.
Hi, Bob.
Hi.
Now, sweetheart, you be careful what you say to him.
WPLP.
Look, see, credit card.
WPLP.
Yeah, Bob?
Yeah.
Who do you think was better, Led Zeppelin or Grand Funk Railroad?
Grand Funk Railroad.
Okay.
WPLP.
Hey, Bob, surfers crack more lips.
Okay. WPLP.
Oh, could I have the number for the spare tire again, please? What was that number?
I lost it. WPLP.
Bob, we love you. Don't go, please. Please.
WPLP.
Hello, Nelson.
WPLP.
Hello, Bob?
Yes.
Why are you leaving the station? I'm curious.
Frankly, it's none of your business. WPLP. WPLP.
Is it true that John Butler Brooks won't take your place?
I don't think so. WPLP.
Bob,
Yes.
are you leaving?
Yes. WPLP.
I would like the extra-large pizza with pepperoni and sausages and a large Coke.
Okay. WPLP.
Bob,
Yes.
I need another pizza to go, please.
WPLP.
Hi, I don't have anything to say.
WPLP.
Bob, this is Bonnie from Dateline. I just wanted to say goodbye. You know, sometimes I can't make up my mind between the pasta and the veal. So usually I just have both.
WPLP.
Bob, I love you, man, and wherever you go, I hope it's going to be shortwave radio so I can tune you in.
Okay.
Thanks.
WPLP.
Yes, Bob, can you tell me how old you are?
Yes, 41. WPLP. WPLP.
Hello, Bob.
Hello.
The pastor from Baptist Church,
Uh-huh.
and I wanted to talk to you about the Revelation.
Great. WPLP.
Bob, why don't you help that lady with her suppository?
WPLP.
Yeah, I just want to say everybody's calling you with these negative insults or abortions.
Okay, let's try to make them positive insults in the future. WPLP.
Oh, my dog just took a crap.
WPLP.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the highest ratings you got. You know?
Could be.
Hey, listen. If we tune in the dial, are we going to be able to get you in this area, or are you going to stay?
It's not a topic of conversation. WPLP.
Not a topic of conversation.
WPLP.
Yeah, Bob, you said that you were the only talk show host that's been able to put his thumb on the Tampa Bay market?
That's correct. WPLP. WPLP.
We love you, Bob.
Okay. WPLP.
Yes. I just tuned in. I just was curious to know what the program is tonight, what's going on.
Open Phones, Tampa Bay. WPLP.
Bob, the producer of AIDS, I see you're on the market now.
WPLP.
Frankly, it's none of your business.
WPLP.
Yeah, Bob, did you say it's true you're the only talk show host in the area?
WPLP.
I'm not going to foul for the banana.
WPLP.
You're a Jew mocky fat pig.
WPLP.
Hello?
Hello. WPLP.
You can run, but you can't hide, Dodger.
WPLP.
Hello, Bob.
Hello.
You just can't go.
WPLP.
Yes, Bob.
WPLP.
Bob, you know, I heard that D'Amico show in Philly. It's hilarious.
WPLP.
Duncan Scott, this is great, isn't it?
WPLP. And tonight, WPLP. WPLP.
Mikey quit because you bit his lips.
WPLP.
Never mind, I got them in my shelf.
WPLP. Oh, my. Hello. Let me recover there. Okay. WPLP. WPLP.
Hi, I was wondering when you can get that new band, The Corrupted Youth, on your show.
Next Monday. WPLP.
Yeah, Bobby boy, I've got hemorrhoids. What's the treatment?
Gee, she hung up before I got a chance to answer. Maybe she'll call back. WPLP.
I've already got them in on my shelf.
WPLP. WPLP.
Oink, oink, oink.
WPLP.
Lassiter, if they ever take you out, I promise to take down 3 or 4 of those KKK crackers in retribution, man.
Okay. WPLP.
Mr. Lassiter, please.
Please what?
Bob?
What?
I would like to say that these people unwittingly and unknowingly may give you well, you might become famous answering the phone for the Guinness Book of Records here.
I can't permit you to say that. WPLP.
Susquehanna sucks.
WPLP.
Is this Mr. Lassiter?
Yes.
Hi, I thought that some of your callers might be interested.
I don't think they would be. WPLP.
Well, good evening.
Good evening.
I see you're still on the air.
That's true. WPLP.
She's the daughter of Rosie O'Grady.
WPLP.
WPLP. WPLP.
WPLP. WPLP.
I think I'll need another. Come quick, Nelson.
WPLP.
I want my mommy.
WPLP.
Yeah, hi, this is Ann. I'm visiting from New York, and I just want to tell you that I love your show, and I've only heard you 3 or 4 times.
Okay, Ann.
Bye-bye.
Bye. WPLP.
Bob, could you tell me just exactly what the hell you're trying to do tonight, or?
No, I could not. WPLP.
Bob.
Yes.
How do you feel about a Dodger?
WPLP.
Amazing.
WPLP.
Hey, Bob, speaking of drugs, what's up, Ray?
WPLP.
Well, sure. Well, sure.
WPLP.
What do you call a prostitute with a runny nose?
I don't. WPLP.
You're a dick.
WPLP.
WPLP.
WPLP. It's your big chance in life.
Bob,
It's back to obscurity if you don't talk up.
I want your body.
Okay. WPLP.
Must be nice to make money by getting calls.
Yes, it is. WPLP.
Bob.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm calling on a serious note here for a change.
Okay. WPLP.
Hello, Bob. This is Doug, and I'd like to say hello to Tampa Bay.
Hi, Doug. WPLP.
Yeah, Bob, Paul Gonzalez, FLA. On Monday when you come to work, be sure to bring your toothbrush.
Okay. WPLP.
Hello, this is Mr. Gumby.
Hi there, Mr. Gumby. WPLP.
Hi, Steve Galizzi is a knob, and you're a jerk.
Okay. WPLP.
Hey.
WPLP.
Ow, ow, not too far. Not.
WPLP. Oh, my goodness. Just remember the amusing incident from my childhood. Hello? Goodbye. WPLP.
Bob,
Yes.
we're sorry to hear you're going, Bob.
Okay. WPLP.
Yeah, Bob, it seems like maybe you've outgrown radio. You ever thought about getting a TV show?
No, I haven't. WPLP.
Hi, Mr. Lassiter.
Hello there.
I just want to let you know that everyone here in the trailer park is really sad that you're leaving, and we're going to have a bingo game in your honor.
Thank you much.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
WPLP.
You know, Bob, you're a real ass, and you can't handle the people, so they're just gonna get you out. And I feel that when you go to your next radio station, I'm gonna check the dial, and I'm gonna get everybody to raise hell and get you off, because I don't think you belong in talk radio, because all you do is cause trouble, and you know you.
Bob Lassiter, News Radio 970, WPLP.
Well, now that we've switched chairs, welcome back, I guess, kind of 8 minutes after the hour of 3 o'clock. What are you pointing to? Oh, you
didn't switch chairs.
Well, yeah, we did switch chairs.
Not literally.
Well, that one's broken again. You see? I don't know who does it. Somebody sneaks in here in the middle of the night and breaks the chairs. It's beyond me. Probably the same crowd that leaves, money behind. Anyway, where were we? I don't know really what to do. It's a Thursday, and it's the 9th of March, 1989. You see, Webb loves it when I'm mean to people on the phone. He just absolutely, positively gets off on it to no end. Please, Bobby, please come in and be mean to the callers. Ooh, ooh. He really gets off on it. So I've got, an hour of meanness under my belt. We'll make it primarily an afternoon that will be open, okay? Let me give you the telephone numbers. 461-9352, 461-WFLA, 990-9352, 990-WFLA. That's the number in Hillsborough. The first number, of course, was Pinellas, 461-9352, Pinellas, 990-9352, Hillsborough. What the hey, let's take some calls. Dunedin, hi, Dun, you're on there at 970 WFLA.
Yes, Bob. I'd like, on your prompting yesterday, I called up the other station, Q105, to talk to Mason Dixon, and I had a nice little conversation with him. Would you like to hear what he had to say?
Sure.
All right, now, I called him up, and I waited about 12 minutes after the lady who screens the calls, I guess, took my call, and finally he came and he talked to me. And he said some things that I think, well, they're kind of distressing, as is he referred to the strikers. He didn't call them strikers. He called
Indeed, it was true. They would have all been gone anyway. But there's one little thing that, guys like Mason kind of forget about, when they talk about all those other poor people that lost their jobs. is that the machinists were being put into a situation where it would have literally forced many of them, if indeed not most of them, into personal bankruptcy, with Lorenzo's forcing on them at least a 20% immediate pay cut. Very, very few people, probably even Mason himself, could take a 20% pay cut and not be in deep, deep trouble. Very few people have 20% of their income as discretionary income. Almost everybody is, mortgaged to the hilt, if you will. But Mason didn't bother to think about that. Mason doesn't think about anything except his own little self. To hell with him. Who needs him? Let him sit there and talk to Tiffany.
Well, he also thought that if he ever got a pay cut, he would just quit. All right, Bob?
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for listening to me, okay?
Take care.
All right, bye.
Off we go to, that's my fault. Let me do that, and then that, and then that. Line 6, I inadvertently answered. Okay, Gino on West Shore. Hi, Gino, you're on the air.
Brother Bob.
Hey, Gene.
Hey, Gomez and Gomez, Ron and Ron. Cleveland and Mason, step aside.
It's Jeff and Jeff, sir.
Jeff and Jeff.
Jeff and Jeff, yes.
Quaylen Bush. Hey, you guys got a great rapport. I think they're missing a beat there. It was just by luck you got teamed up today, but Ted and Bob, I like it. I like that bitter better. You each got your own strengths to build on, and
yeah, but you see, Webb just likes it when I'm really mean. That's what he really enjoys.
Well, he's into S&M,
He probably is.
Yeah, he's a kinky guy.
I mean, he just sits here and squeals and delight whenever I'm mean to somebody on the phone.
Well, but it sounded good from this end. I'll tell you what, it had a nice ring to it. You guys kind of balance each other out. Hey, I'm sure I couldn't make it last night. I really am. I had to work late, and did a few people show up, or
about 250 to 300?
Well, hey,
something in that neighborhood.
What the hey? What do you figure on this bankruptcy thing? I'll tell you that. I think he wanted that to start with, didn't he?
It's not bankruptcy. We're talking about reorganization here. There's a big difference between Chapter 11 and Chapter 7, and he's into Chapter 11, which is reorganization. At this point, if I understand the law correctly, and that goes down to the bankruptcy referee or judge, as the case may be, and the principal creditors as to whether or not they are willing to go along with a reorganization plan that would allow Eastern to remain in business.
Well, there's some word out there that he wanted to do this all along because with the Chapter 11, he can really force the union donuts.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then I commented
on... come up a few minutes earlier before I pigged out on other stuff.
And then I commented on that thing you call a ring.
Well, it is a ring.
It looks more like a basketball hoop.
I beg your pardon, sir. This is a gift from my wife that you're talking
about. It looks like something. Yeah, it looks like something on the Flintstones would be wearing.
It's a
that thing is
birthday
huge.
present, sir.
You could buy. Couldn't you buy the airline with that?
Not quite. It's not that expensive.
I did what some of your other callers said. After a while, I just went up and started talking to some of these guys, and I mean, why? I don't understand why people don't have any kind of understanding of what. They've been on
middle-class, middle-aged guys. That's what we're talking about here.
They've been on a 2-year wage freeze, and they even said, we'll go 2 more years on a wage freeze. Just don't cut our wages anymore. And why.
Hey, I can't take a 20%. I could not tolerate a 20% wage decrease. It would hurt real bad.
Oh, well, I just hope things work out for the better anyway.
Well, a lot of people do. A lot of people would like to see them rot in the gutter. Hey, such is life.
And Mason drives a Porsche.
Really?
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Exactly. Him and his hairdo. All right, Bob, keep up the good work, and lovely muffin.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
990-9352. What the hell? Let's keep up the good work. Replacing. How are you doing? 990-9352 in Hillsborough. 461-9352 in Pinellas. An open afternoon. St. Petersburg. Hi there, St. Peter. You're on the air.
Hey, Bob. How you doing?
Fine, thanks.
I'm glad to hear it. Bob, I've got a friend that travels quite frequently in the Miami area, and I understand you've been up in our Tampa Bay market for some 3 years, you say?
Right, 3.5.
Yeah, okay. He travels down there frequently, and he says some local station down there trashes you quite frequently.
Yeah, Neil Rogers on IUD.
I'm not sure who it is. He didn't mention the
Neil
station.
Rogers on IUD, I know.
Okay.
I'm aware of it.
He says, oftentimes somebody will call and say, if it is Neil or whoever, I'll say hypothetically Neil. They'll say, Neil, I'm traveling up to the Tampa Bay area, and blah, blah, blah. And they send, they want to send with these travelers some crude messages to you and absolutely trash you over the air. And what I'm curious about, Bob, is if your actions here in the Tampa Bay market in relation to or correlation to your trashing other local talents, are we going to have a repeat here, say in 3 years, or should you ever leave our market here? Is that what's going to happen here?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Well, in other words, Bob, when you leave here, you're stirring up a lot of what I feel is muck, say, with Q Jive and Ron or Jeff and all that jazz. I think it's for the grade of the show and all that jazz. Don't misunderstand me. But are these guys gonna trash you?
How the hell would I know? Why don't you ask them?
Well, I'm wondering, Bob, because you obviously had such an impression in the Miami area.
I worked weekends there, sir.
Regardless, Bob, apparently you had such an impact in the area, negative, positive, otherwise, that some 3.5 years after your departure,
if you're really interested, sir, in an answer, I can give you an answer.
And that is?
Or if you're just trying to be a smart ass, then I'll just move on to somebody else.
I'm asking you a question from the heart,
Very
Bob,
simple, sir. Neil Rogers is perhaps the most talented talk show on the face of the earth. He is a man whose intellect, whose ability, whose talents I stand in utter awe of.
I've heard you say that before.
However, Neil Rogers is also a basket case, sir, who does not have a friend in the world.
Okay.
For all practical purposes, he is a slob, a physical slob. I mean, we're not talking about just being overweight. We're talking about a guy who's covered in the food that he's been eating that day.
Right.
Who just simply cannot deal with anyone else's success. That's literally what it comes down to. Neil, I thought for a while, was a friend of mine. I will always be grateful to him. I owe literally everything I have in this business to Neil Rogers.
Before. I've heard you attribute a lot of your knowledge or knowledge gained in the industry to this individual. If this is who is actually doing the on-air trashing, I don't know.
Neil Rogers and I have not seen each other in over 3 years. I've never heard his new show.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt very much that Neil has ever heard my show in this market. I doubt it very, very much.
Okay.
And he's just a bizarre little man who apparently feels threatened by me, for which I can't begin to imagine why.
All that taken into consideration, Bob, threatened or otherwise, why do you think Neil would feel so threatened to you that he would have his callers, want
sir,
to bring,
I just answered your question. I don't know, sir. Why the hell did you call him?
Huh? Because you're the one that brought up the thing with Mason again. Here it is that you are in a market area that you find it necessary, Bob, to trash all of the other fellow, all the other people in this market area. You feel it necessary to trash upon them. I'm just asking if there's a correlation.
Sir, I didn't bring up Mason's name. A caller did.
You're the one that you chose to spoke about it. You could have easily diverted the conversation.
Sir, I happen to personally think, and it has nothing whatsoever to do with Mason Dixon's abilities, I happen to think it is a disgusting, despicable position on his part when he obviously doesn't know, A, what in the hell he's talking about, and B, pretends to be the working man's buddy for this jerk.
I can understand that.
For this jerk. Sir, I was in the middle of a conversation here, in the middle of a sentence. If you would like to continue, you're going to respect that.
Okay.
Not another peep out of you.
Continue, then.
Winter's here. So how do you cope?
He's got a much better run airline.
I know, sir. Here you are, a jerk sitting at home, probably with holes in your underwear, taking taking great pride in Frank
holes in my
Lorenzo.
underwear, not holes in my brain like you.
Oh, I see. Oh, and he hangs up too. Obviously, I hit a nerve there with the holes in the underwear. Here's a jerk sitting home with holes in his underwear, applauding Frank Lorenzo. Tens of thousands of people have been put out of work by this jerk. Probably also people who make underwear. Kenneth City. Kenneth, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
You're boring, Bob.
Oh, okay, sir. 7 minutes. He sat on the phone to tell us that we're boring. Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Good afternoon, Bob.
Afternoon, sir.
Yeah. Listen, I wanted to say a couple things about the folks that were laid off that are non-union.
Okay.
I saw an incredible thing the other night. That was when the pilots were having a rally, a strike rally, and
you're louder than everybody else on the damn radio station. It takes a big man
sir, I'm
to call
better than everybody else on the radio
damn
station.
radio.
Better than everybody, sir. That's why I'm...
You got that?
Louder. No, sir, I didn't hear you. You were too stupid. You were talking while I was talking, and unfortunately, neither I nor anybody else heard you. Too bad. Better luck next time. Zephyr Hills, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
Hey, my girlfriend and I were very honored to meet you last night.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Listen, she was also tickled to notice that you were wearing a Black Space Madonna watch because she got me one just like it for Christmas. She was all happy. Nice watch, nice watch.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Yeah. Listen,
Obviously, a young lady with great taste.
Oh, absolutely. I can't complain, that's for sure. Listen, why haven't you sent me my Mad Dog tickets yet?
When did you write in?
About the 21st, I think.
21st, you probably wrote in after we said don't write in anymore.
Oh, no, really?
Oh, yeah, but you should be getting them in a day or two anyhow.
Oh, you think you'll send me? You mean you send me some?
It depends on what you asked for.
Oh, no, I just asked for tickets, that's it.
Tickets any day?
Yeah, anytime. I didn't ask for a specific date. Is that a problem?
No, it's no problem at all, actually. That's the best way to do it right now. But you should be getting them, if not like tomorrow, the day after, because they did go out this weekend. What I had done is I had said at one point, I said, whoa, I'm up into April at this point. Don't send me any more requests. Wait until I say send them, but people kept sending requests anyway. To tell you the truth, I just piled them up in my briefcase, and Mary took care of them this week.
Well, thank God for Mary, that's for sure. Listen, I overheard some of the ticketers last night commenting that they're marked. They're marked people, like in the black book of everybody else's, like all the other airlines.
Sure.
Why? How come? I mean, I'm a little confused about that. I mean, I know because they're bound with the union, but if the airline goes down the drain, why can't they, if they're reputable, like pilots and everybody, why can't they get another job at another airline?
Because they're troublemakers in the eyes of management. These are people that, these are people that said, hey, wait a second, I don't want my wages cut. That's not right. They kind of spoke up for their rights, and the feeling is that the management at other airlines will say, well, gee whiz, people that want their rights. Oh, whoa, we don't need them working for us.
Wow, man, what a bum rap that is.
It's a real bum rap, isn't it?
I can't believe it. Well, like I said, I was very glad to see you last night, Bob.
Privilege was mine.
Hey, no. It was all mine, really.
No, it was mine.
I insist, it was mine.
I insist it was mine. Get off my phone. It was my pleasure.
Take care. Have a good day.
Bye-bye. One line open. It's in Hillsborough, 990-9352. St. Petersburg. Hi there, St. You're on the air.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, hi.
I'd like to talk about something a little more serious. What about this Cat Stevens thing going on?
What about it?
Well, they're all burning his records and stuff. I don't understand it.
Well, they paid for them. I guess that's their right.
I'm surprised Mason didn't start one of these burn his records campaigns. It sounds like something he'd do.
Well, I wouldn't know what he would do, sir. I have no idea.
Well, he's got some good music. Cat Stevens, do you enjoy his music?
Yes, I do, sir.
Well, I don't understand. Did he actually come out and say that he wants to kill Rushdie, or did he just agree with the Ayatollah? I don't understand that.
A little of each, sir.
Because I think what the people are doing over here is just as bad as what the Ayatollah did.
And how's that, sir?
Well, they're burning his records and putting a ban because he spoke out and spoke his mind.
I think there's a slight difference between burning someone's records and trying to have someone killed.
That's the word, though, trying. That guy's not going to die. It's all a publicity stunt.
I wouldn't know, sir. I doubt very much that he really talked the Ayatollah into cooperating to help sell his book.
And the other thing that's going on, this Madonna banning. What's this? Pepsi spent all that money, and now they're not even going to play her. They're not going to play her music with their ads anymore?
Sir. That's what I read. Yeah.
Well, what's this? What's going on with what are there? A bunch of old people making laws now? They put down a great man that. Defense Secretary, they put him down because he drank, and now they're putting down Madonna and Cat Stevens. This world's going to hell in a head.
Yes, sir, it certainly is. St. Petersburg, you're on the air at 970 WFLA. Hi.
Hello. I heard one of your callers saying that Continental Airlines was such a good airline. Well, I flew 70,000 miles last year, and it come to a point that it was not safe to fly with
Whoa, sir. First of all, I have no idea whether or not you've ever been on a Continental Airlines plane. And secondly, I have no idea as to whether or not you're even remotely qualified to talk about whether or not something is safe.
Well,
you don't come on. Sir,
let me put it this way. I was sitting in a
Sir!
Yeah.
You don't come on my show and make unsubstantiated charges. Bye. Treasure Island, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hey, Bob.
Hi.
I just want to ask you a question about what you do.
What do I do? What do you mean, what do I do?
For a living. Just for a living.
Probably earn about 10 times more than you do having fun talking to jerks like you.
It's real easy, isn't it?
Sure is for me.
It's a racket for anybody.
No, it's not a racket for anybody, sir. Obviously, if you've listened to talk radio, you appreciate very few people can do what I do.
I've worked it.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Real funny, huh? It's a laugh. I'm burning
right,
out
it's a
5
laugh.
minutes, man, and there's nothing to be said. And then in the next call will be just as dumb and stupid as me.
No, sir, I doubt that very much.
Oh,
You seem to have an extra talent for that. Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yes, sir, Mr. Lassiter.
Yes, sir.
For your call about you being an asshole,
Uh-huh.
he is totally off the wall.
Oh, really?
I
How's
hope
that?
you don't take that wrong, but when I first listened to you, I said, yeah, you are. But you're not. And in the last minute, I think you're off the wall. Damn right, but you make some good dadgum. You just keep people going. And I appreciate you, and I think you do a good job. And since listening to you, you just, hey, like you say against me, and everything else, hey, people just don't understand what you're trying to get across.
Thank you very much.
Listen. Thank you, sir.
Take care. Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yeah, Bob?
Yeah.
I'm one of these Eastern Unionists, as it's Mason Dickless calls us.
Uh-huh.
And all I'd like to tell on the air is that I'd like for that man to go work for Frank Lorenzo like the hundreds of that have worked for him for the last 2 years, and I'd like to see if he would last 10 years. That's the only thing I've got to say, but that man has opened his mouth quite a bit against us, and he's speaking one-sided, and he doesn't know the whole story. If he went down and talked to some of these people that got laid off this past week, they are on our side because they know what we're doing. And they finally figured that out this past week.
Well, sir, in a couple of days, Mason will pick up on that because somebody will read the paper for him and let him know.
Well, I was down there last night, and I shook your hand, and I'll tell you, it was a pleasure, and I'm proud to know you, and you're doing one hell of a job for us.
You're kind, and I thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Take care. Off it is now again to Tampa. Hi, Tampa. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
I'm just sitting there listening to people calling in and some of them condemning the so-called unionists.
Uh-huh.
Not long ago, I was a Greyhound bus driver right in Florida, and I had an opportunity to walk the picket line, and I know how it feels. And I was fortunate enough when I made the decision to quit. I was only 31 years old. I could do that. To say to people that if they don't like the job, just leave. It's pretty tough for a 51-year-old guy, 52-year-old guy to do that.
No, it's real easy, sir, to come on a talk radio show where you're anonymous, nobody knows who the hell you are, and then pop your mouth off, especially when you're sitting home unemployed.
That's absolutely right. And I just transferred from Denver to here, so I'm a little familiar with the Continental employees' lives. The Continental employees and Greyhound bus drivers walk the picket line.
Well, that was when I knew I had licked it, when I didn't want a cigarette first thing in the morning.
Well, you see, you have a normal, at least from my understanding of it, you have a normal nicotine craving. It was easier for me. Mine went away in like a day. But yours is normal, 3-4 days. It's not that bad.
No, it wasn't that bad. No, well, it's like Dr. Sobel says, look, the pain ain't that bad.
Are you still, are you eating candy or chewing gum?
Yeah, every couple of hours I want I take a piece of candy when I'm
week or two, that'll go away too.
Good.
Oh, because I used to go into they actually used to laugh at me. I would go into the 7-Eleven and buy like $3 or $4 worth of Tic Tacs at a time.
Well, no, that's what I've been eating. I've been buying those big bags of those hard candies. I go in and I buy, a pound and a half, and they're gone in 3 days.
And I think I probably did that, let's see, $3 or $4 worth of Tic Tacs would last me about 3 days. I did it for maybe 2 weeks. And I haven't touched a Tic Tac. I'm now trying to get a client on who I can endorse for, breaking of your Tic Tac addiction, but we just can't find one.
The Quit Tic Tacs for Life program.
Yeah, quit. Well, I'm really glad it worked for you.
Well, and I'm really happy. I appreciate it, and thank you.
Well, I appreciate it.
Not to make a big commercial out of it, but...
Well, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to give the phone numbers now so I don't do the commercial later again, But, hey, I'm really so glad to hear that worked for you.
Well, and I feel great.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
990-9352 in Hillsborough, 461-9352 in Pinellas. By the way, what the heck? You want to get in touch with Dr. Sobel if you want to quit for life, too. 787-5530, 787-5530. Quit for life. Okay? Okay. Let's see here. Clearwater. Hi, Clear. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yeah, Bob.
Yeah.
I want to whoop you up the whooper.
I'll bet you do.
Yeah, I sure do.
Probably been thinking about that for 3.5 years, haven't you? But then you'd probably whoop anybody up the woomer. Off we go to Bradenton. Bradenton, you're on there at 970 WFLA. Hi.
I enjoyed you two clowns today.
Great.
I have a conundrum for you. What is the difference between a eunuch and an Eskimo?
I wouldn't have a vaguest.
One is a rigid midget with a frigid digit, and the other is a frigid midget with a rigid digit.
Son of a gun. Isn't that astonishing? Tampa, you're on there at 970 WFLA.
Hello, Bob.
Hi.
I just wanted to give you a call today, and I had the pleasure of meeting you last night. And I went down there in the support of the strikers. And the main thing I wanted to bring up on that level was you don't realize, just what's going on until you go down there and actually speak to a few of these.
Formerly loyal producer has been on the intercom with me saying, I don't know if I can take this 4.5 hours of Lassiter, whoa. So please, there are 2 lines available in Hillsborough if you'd like to crank Mike. 990-9352, 990-WFLA. Hi, Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yeah, Bob.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Great.
This first time that I called, and I got turned on to you about maybe a month and a half ago, and I haven't turned you off since, man. I think you're doing a hell of a job.
Thank you much.
All right, see you.
Oh, okay, bye. Valrico, hi there, Val. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yes, good afternoon.
Hi, afternoon, sir.
And I've sort of been tuning in and listening what's been discussed about the union problems with the Eastern. And I was involved in a strike here in 81. And I think what a lot of your listeners fail to realize is what has happened to organized labor in the last 9 years or through the Reagan
Bob Lassiter, News Radio 970 WFLA.
Well, I just want to say that, that other station, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. This Debbie Gibson's been trying to get on my show all afternoon. And she was on this other radio station, these losers in the morning. And so we're not going to have Debbie Gibson on our show.
You're not going to have Debbie Gibson on?
No, I'm not going to put her on. I mean,
all right, terrific. You're fantastic.
Bimbo, man.
Unbelievable. You're fantastic. I wouldn't put her on either. I'm just so impressed by your decision, this moral decision you've made.
Well, that's really what it is. I was going to put her on, and then I sat back and I said, hey, wait a second. This little chick's just a bimbo, just trying to sell records and stuff.
Unreal.
Let her go on with that other guy who's losing his hair.
I am proud to work with you. I am proud to work with you.
Rim glasses. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. 12.5 minutes after the hour of 4 o'clock. Where was I? Yes, 12.5 minutes after the hour of 4 o'clock. Hour number 2, just kind of chatting with our friends and neighbors here in the Tampa Bay market. 2 lines available, both in Hillsborough County. People are really weird this afternoon. 990-9352, 990-WFLA. This may be one of those shows, where you want to call people and tell them that, Lassiter's really got some losers on. Okay, let's go back to the telephones. St. Petersburg. Hi, St. You're on there at 970.
How you doing, Bob?
Just great.
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 I was out there last night talking to you. I'm the guy that works for that financial institution.
Ah, yes.
How you doing?
I was thinking about you today.
Yeah, I'll tell you, this first time I ever called, and I'm nervous. I came over there last night to talk to a lot of people to see what unions are about. I work for a financial institution that is non-unionized. I'm a young guy, just got out of college, making less than 20, who are getting in the business community. And I want to thank you. Again, you didn't have to be there if you didn't want to. You didn't get paid for it, I'm sure. And I want to thank you and Mary. Your wife was there by your side last night. And I want to thank you very much for being there. And that's pretty much all I have to say.
You're kind. I'm far happier that you were there.
Thank you, sir.
Take care.
Bye.
2 lines open, 1 in each county, 990-9352 in Hillsborough, 461-9352 in Pinellas. This time it's Clearwater. Hi, Clear. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hi, Bob.
Hi.
Some guy called earlier, and he said he liked to jam you, right?
Yeah.
He obviously had it sounded like he had one of those things you put to your throat, to talk into, like
people that have their vocal cords taken out or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's probably why he's like that, you know, because of the mouth like that. I mean, if you're out there listening, pal, don't call up WFLA and make remarks like that on the radio. I mean, you must, really need to see a psychiatrist or something, because Bob talks a little bit funny, maybe. Anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest.
Oh,
because I've worked in radio, and I know how these people
There's somebody sitting on your chest right now. Off we go to Tampa. Hi, Tampa. You're on there at 970 WFLA.
Hi, Bob.
Hi.
Bob, I thought of a middle name for you. It's going to be called Bob Backbone Lassiter, because you are the backbone, boy, and I'm proud of you. You were there last night. You stood up for us, the working men and women of this country, and you give me goosebumps. And you're one big, handsome, lovable guy. I'd like to just jump on you and just kiss you.
Oh, my goodness. Giving me vapors here.
So I'm proud of you, and I just wanted to call, and it's an honor to speak to you. I'm really sorry I missed being there last night with you. So thanks, Bob. We love you here in Tampa, and that other guy can go blow a hole somewhere.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, baby.
Bye-bye. One line open. It's in, where is it? My goodness. It's in Hillsborough. 990-9352. 990 WFLA. Holy cow, if it...
And listen for details on how you can win tickets to the Renaissance Festival. Only from News Radio 970, WFLA.
Oh, back we are, just practicing. 24 minutes after the hour of 4 o'clock. Would you consider joining me for dinner tonight? No, I'm not going to buy. I would if I could, but I can't. But would you consider joining me for dinner tonight at Cobb's Cove? We will be out there. We don't get to Cobb's Cove nearly enough for dinner. But nonetheless, we will be out there tonight. Would you consider it? I'll be out there about 7:15, 7:30. I'll be hanging around the bar for a while and then having dinner and then back out to the piano bar with a handful of friends. We can talk, whatever you'd like to do. Cobb's Cove, you name it. Chicken specialties, pasta specialties. I'm particularly fond of the seafood, the Gulf shrimp, the shrimp scampi, the scallops, salmon, king crab, lobster, and the Italian gentleman. Fresh grouper, grouper marsala, grouper Oscar, blackened grouper. I'm not even finished with the list yet. Chateaubriand for 2. Rack of lamb for 2. On and on and on. So would you join us for dinner tonight at Cobb's Cove? I'm sure that there's got to be somebody that you'd like to bring along, somebody that is deserving of a fine, fine meal, somebody that's deserving of a thank you or an extra special I love you. Cobb's Cove, 13155 Gulf Boulevard in Madeira Beach. 13155 Gulf Boulevard. Their telephone number, 393-3448. 393-3448. There'll be a whole slew of us out there from WFLA tonight. Please, come on out and have dinner with us. You will not regret it, I promise you. Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hey, Bob.
Hey.
Sometimes I agree, sometimes I disagree, but I like your program either way.
Thank you.
I do have to agree that probably the other unions really don't give a damn much about what's happening there. I've never seen...
well, not as much as they should, that's for sure. There were, members from the letter carriers out there last night. There were a lot of guys that stopped by from General von Ortner. I can't think of the name of their union. There was some union representation, but you would think in an area that had so many retired union people. You'd think, wouldn't you?
Oh, you would think so. I'll tell you what, if I could be king for a day, and this is not going to be in agreement with most people's thinking, I'd make it 100% commission or piecework, either one which fits the job. That way, when someone works and does something, they are compensated directly. Now, a small base maybe with the bonus being a commission or piecework or something tied into that.
No, that sounds really great on the surface, but there are an awful lot of jobs, and probably the majority of jobs in this country, that depend upon other people or that depend upon, sitting there waiting for somebody to walk through the door.
Well, you see, then what you do is you tie it directly to gross sales. In other words, 0.1% of gross sales to be distributed among the office employees. 0.1% of 1%.
But again, that's not fair, because that's dependent upon the salespeople.
No.
Or
I'm not
dependent upon the owner going out and advertising and soliciting business and so forth and so on.
No, you see, that gross sales
In other words, if whatever support
I'm
that
sorry,
you're
the
giving.
receptionist doesn't have any control over gross sales.
Oh, yes, she does.
She would be at the mercy of the sales
Oh,
department.
yes, she does. She can be nice on the phone when she talks to people, or she can be hateful to them. And as a matter of fact, the
You're not
receptionist
thinking
is very
clearly.
important as far as sales is concerned.
You're not thinking clearly. I mean, what you're saying sounds great on the surface, but you haven't totally thought it through.
Yes, I have, Bob. The thing of it is that when a receptionist sounds hateful, she can turn off someone who might have bought 3 or 4 or whatever it is they're selling.
Yes, but the receptionist only gets a chance to sound hateful if other people have done their job in getting people to call in.
Yeah, but the deal is that she can contribute. You see, she's entitled to 1/10 of 1%.
I'm wasting my time. That's a great idea, caller. I really think that's neat.
Well, yeah. Well, but, hey, I got 3 jobs. I got 2 that are 100% commission, and I got 1 that's a straight salary. And there's more bickering that goes on in the straight salary than the one on than
Well,
on
how
commission.
about how do we pay Michael Serio, sir? Because you see, sometimes he works my show, and I get a lot of calls, and sometimes maybe there's somebody else in here who doesn't get a lot of calls. And so if you're going to pay Michael by the call, then that isn't really very fair to him if he's working with an incompetent talk show host, is it?
Well, no, but you don't have to pay him by the call. How much?
Oh, I thought. Well, wait a second, sir.
How much?
Wait a second, sir. I thought you wanted to pay him, by piecework.
Well, I said by piecework or bonus or commission, whichever is appropriate to
So what's appropriate for that? What's appropriate to his job, sir?
Well, what would be appropriate would be the amount of gross sales that you guys sell in advertising.
Oh, so even worse. Now Michael's not only at the mercy of the sales department, who may or may not be incompetent, but he's also, again, at the mercy of the talk show host, who may or may not be incompetent, and at the mercy of the management of the station, who may or may not actively solicit sales.
The thing of it is he
Sir, you
he
just
is.
haven't
Hey,
thought
well,
about
he's
it.
at their mercy right now, Bob.
No, he's not, sir. He gets an hourly wage.
Yes, he is. He can be kicked
He gets
out
an
at
hourly
any
wage
time.
as long as the doors are open, sir. He gets paid. It may not be as much as he's worth, but that's besides the point. At least he gets paid.
Those people that are with that union out there now don't have a job because the company went bankrupt for one reason or another. The union didn't help them.
Sir, not only are you wrong about your other premise, but the company is in reorganization.
Well, reorganization. They're calling it bankruptcy. They're calling it Chapter 11. That's what they're calling it.
Well, it is Chapter 11, sir. Bankruptcy
Of the
is
bankruptcy.
Chapter 7.
That's exactly
Chapter
right.
11
Chapter
is
11 of the
reorganization.
Federal Bankruptcy Act.
Right, sir, which is reorganization, and they sound
Exactly.
an
Well,
excellent
that's what I
chance of
said. You said it, and I said
Thank you ever so much for your call, sir. It was a stimulating call. Don Richards standing by at the WFLA news desk.
The vote, as expected, was no on the nomination of John.
Story about a man named Bob who started 4 years ago. He was out for a dude with a righteous attitude that was here on the radio. I was cruising one day on the highway with my hand on the radio knob. With the sound of a whooper came out of my tweeters, the voice of Big Bad Bob. Mad dog, let it do it for the mad dog. Mad dog.
36 minutes after the hour of 4 o'clock. We'll probably, in its entirety tomorrow, do the Mad Dog rap. Just kind of got it in the studio this afternoon. Unbelievable. Newport Richie, hi, New. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Sounds pretty good, Bob.
Oh, it's dynamite. Wait till you hear it. Unbelievable. It goes on for 4 minutes.
Hey, before we get on the subject of unions, I want to say one thing. You're sure in a damn good position right now to negotiate a contract. You know what? The way I got it figured out, they pay $1,000 a day. That's $365,000 a year. I'd settle for that if I was you.
Well, sir, you must understand. It might appear as though I was in an excellent position, but you must understand that much of management yesterday, sir, was literally out looking for cow chips, and I'm not kidding.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I heard that.
That does not bode well for the negotiations.
Bob, we don't like to throw stones, but didn't they have the radio on yesterday during that time slot?
Sir, all I can tell you is, throwing stones, throwing cow chips, I'm not sure what it is. That's where much of management was. So, you should just take it from there.
I see. Well, I can understand that. Well, anyways, after listening to yesterday, I don't know what they've got to pay you, but it should be any amount just to keep this thing going.
I'm looking, sir, for 47 cents a call.
I hope so. Bob, one thing I wanted to mention about the unions, and it really bugs me, and I see it every day, and I'll tell you what it is. It's these people that have worked in unions all their life that come down from up north, build a new home, $150,000, $200,000 home. They've got a tremendous pension. The first damn thing they do and believe me, it's not all of them, but it's most of them, and a lot of your callers should do a little bit of...
I don't know how many of them are coming down, laborers building $150,000 homes. So,
well, there's a lot of them, Bob. Believe me, I'm in the business, and there's a lot of them. Believe me, you don't realize the kind of money that they've made and saved up there throughout the years. But the main reason they've done it, Bob, is because of the fact when they bought their home back in Detroit or New York, they probably paid $15,000 for it 30 years ago. When they sold it, they just sold it for $250,000, $200,000, whatever. And they want to reinvest the money so they don't have to pay taxes on it. But that's neither here nor there. The point that I'm trying to make...
Well, no, you got to do it both sides. I don't think there are a hell of a lot of people selling their homes for $250,000 in Detroit today.
Well...
I'm not really trying to be an antagonist,
right.
But damn it, if I'm going to jump on the other guys for making it up as they're going along, I got to jump on you, too.
That's true. But believe me, Bob, in my business, I see it, and it does happen. I see it all the time. And in fact, probably a lot of people listening in right now who've just moved down from New York or Detroit will tell you that, what they've made off their house. But that's not the point. The point that I'm trying to make is they've worked union all their life. The first damn thing they do is they come down here, get rid of their cars, thinking they're going to cut their overhead, and they go out and buy a foreign car. And I see it every day, Bob. I see it in my own neighborhood. And I see it with the people I deal with.
Well, sir, it wasn't that long ago where the American automobile manufacturers had to literally post signs asking people with foreign cars not to park in their parking lots.
Right. Now, you remember for a while there, we were watching Ollie North all the time driving around. I think it was, a Subaru station wagon or something?
Well, that whole crowd, it seemed as though everybody in the Nixon and the Reagan administration was driving a foreign car.
Well, yesterday I saw... Anyways, it showed the cameraman outside Lorenzo's house trying to get an interview with him on his way to work.
Mm-hmm.
He was driving a Volkswagen convertible. Now, that wasn't bad enough. Then CNN switched to Mike Dukakis picking Kitty up at the hospital. He's driving a BMW.
No, I beg your pardon, sir. That was a Chrysler Corporation car.
That BMW?
That wasn't a BMW. That was a Chrysler Corporation car.
Oh, the black one? Evidently you didn't see the same one I seen.
Well, if he was driving a BMW, to hell with him.
Oh, well, whatever.
Literally, I'm sorry if he was driving a BMW, but what I saw looked to me like a Chrysler Corporation, one of those K cars. I thought.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you saw a different one. But regardless, the point that I'm trying to make is the fact that a lot of these union people that have come down here, I think have lost complete... I don't know what it is. Whether they don't have sympathy for the union people anymore, or whether they've just forgot their own position in life, or what it is. Or it just seems to me that they aren't offering the type of support that they should.
Well, okay, on that point, I've got to go. Standing by is my old buddy Gary McHenry. Ladies, it will be safe to go to the Grand Prix Car Wash tomorrow. We have somehow, I can't really tell you how we've done this, but we have gotten McHenry out of town for the weekend. So it will be safe to go to the Grand Prix Car Wash. We are aware of the fact that Gary has been cruising the Grand Prix during the weekends looking for chicks, and that a lot of chicks have been complaining about it. And a lot of guys have been complaining about it because they've asked their ladies to go down and get the car washed, and there's McHenry saying, hey, you want to go out? Hey, you'll have a good time. Well, we got him out of town, so it will be safe to take your car there. You can, of course, while you're there, either get the first class finish, which is the good, all-around basic car wash and waxing, or, of course, you can get the super wash. It's on sale, or on special, I should say, this week. Get a super wash next time you come in. You'll get 25% off on your super wash, and they will armor all your tires both times. And, of course, there is the Supreme, my favorite, all at the Grand Prix Car Wash. And the best news is McHenry will not be cruising around the Grand Prix this weekend. So, you can either go to the Grand Prix in Clearwater at 1880 Gulf to Bay Boulevard. It's right across the street from the Clearwater High School. Or to the Seminole Grand Prix Car Wash. They're located at 10471 Park Boulevard. Or the Grand Prix Car Wash to the Stars. 3622 Gandy Boulevard in South Tampa. Tell them, of course, if you would, that I sent you. I'd appreciate it. Tampa, you're on there at 970 WFLA.
Hi, Bob.
Hi.
Never called in before. Listened to your show. Hope I don't make a fool of myself. But I'm an AMP, licensed AMP. Used to work for Eastern for just a little bit, and then when the air traffic controllers got fired.
What is the licensed AMP? It's a term I'm not familiar with.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No problem.
It's aircraft mechanic, airframe and power plant, 2 different certifications. So I keep my licenses current and everything. But, all the stuff we got to go through to get the licenses, and people don't, the guys that keep calling in and they don't sympathize with these machinists that are on strike. I mean, first off, you've got a lot of tension on the job. You're responsible, aircraft are so...
970 WFLA.
Bob.
Yeah.
Yay, first-time caller.
Fantastic.
Hey, buddy. I just want to say a couple things. One thing, your Christmas show
that
you did, fabulous. Fabulous. I haven't had a chance to talk to you, but that really touched the heart. Back to the union thing and everything. I think this just goes back to just another chapter in the selling of America.
Bob Lassiter on your station.
What's the problem with Lassiter?
Because of his ill-behaved, ill-mannered, ill-talk, dirty talk.
What do you mean? He wants people to follow the Sermon on the Mount, and you think that's ill-behaved?
It certainly is.
It's ill-behaved to ask people to follow the Sermon on the Mount?
He makes so much fun of the Bible, and one of these days he's gonna regret it.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What do you think he's going to burn in the lake of fire?
There's just so many people that have said that they're going to quit the station.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Bob Lassiter, News Radio 970, WPLP.
That does sound like they're singing Lassiter. Maybe they are. Who knows? 8.5 minutes after the hour of 2 o'clock. Welcome back. What a fun afternoon, don't you think? Ross in Port Manatee. Ross here on the air at 970 WFLA.
This is Ross. How you doing?
Fine.
I understand that the question of the day is, would Jesus have voted for Mr. Bush?
You're right, and why?
Okay, sir. I believe that he would have, because if we accept that Jesus was the Son of God, and if we accept that God is in charge over all men's happenings, in fact, Mr. Bush did win.
Yeah, that's true.
Therefore, he should have won. Therefore, Jesus would have voted for him.
Well, then I assume that you'd be telling me by using that very same logic that Jesus, if he was in Germany in 1932, would have voted for Hitler.
Yes, that logic is the same, and I was expecting that comeback.
Well, you should.
Why, in fact, does God allow evil to happen? Is the basic question behind that.
No, that's not the basic question at all. The basic question is, why would Jesus have voted for George Bush?
Okay, well...
And your answer is that he always votes on the winning side.
It's more basic than that.
There's nothing to be more basic than
God
that.
is in charge at all times. Therefore, when something like Hitler does exist, that happened for a purpose.
So I see. So Jesus would align himself on this earth with a political party that, for all practical purposes, spits in the face of the Sermon on the Mount.
He allowed it to happen. Yes. He allowed
No. That's not the question. The question is, it is your contention that if Jesus were on the face of the earth, he would align himself with a political party that spits in the face of the Sermon on the Mount. He would not stand up and say, no, this is wrong.
Yes, he would stand up and say, no, that it was
wrong,
wrong,
he would still align himself with that party.
Prevent it.
Sir, by simply casting a vote is not preventing or anything else. It's simply casting a vote.
I understand what you're saying.
So you're telling me that Jesus would have cast a vote for George Bush?
If we accept your basic premise that he would have voted at all, yes, he would have.
I see. Even though everything that the Republicans stand for is contrary to most of what is in the Sermon on the Mount.
I'm not sure I accept that premise.
Well, then I guess you haven't read this. Then I guess, sir, you haven't read the Sermon on the Mount recently.
Yes, sir, I have. In fact, this morning.
Really?
Matthew
Amazing.
5, I believe.
That's correct. Yeah. Well, no, it's actually goes well into 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I read Matthew 5 and 6 this morning. I may have drifted into 7. At any rate, I agree that there are many things that both the Democrats and the Republicans do that I would not call in line with Christianity or in line with the Sermon on the Mount.
Well, what for example, sir, did Michael Dukakis stand for that was not part of the Sermon on the Mount?
What does Michael Dukakis stand for?
That was not
part of
right. That is contrary to the Sermon on the Mount.
I don't think that he is as forgiving as they would
You don't think
encourage.
what do you mean you don't think he's as... What possible grounds do you have for making that charge?
I believe that... I believe you'll find that he was very unhappy with Mr. Bush and said so and was not very forgiving about it. Now, Mr. Bush was equally so with Dukakis. That doesn't make either one of them right.
What do you mean he was very unhappy with and wasn't forgiving about it? I don't quite understand.
When Mr. Bush made derogatory statements about Mr. Dukakis said that this is a foul thing to do and that he's running a dirty campaign and so on. And Mr. Bush came back and says, well, he's running a dirty campaign. And in fact, they both were, for reasons which may have seemed correct to them. But
so that would put Michael Dukakis...
I don't think Mr. Bush is an example of the forgiveness shown in the Sermon on the Mount. Not many of us are.
Well, I think it goes a little bit beyond the forgiveness as demonstrated in the Sermon on the Mount. I was, basically thinking a little bit more along the lines of the greed and selfishness.
Which I believe both parties have demonstrated. I'm not too thrilled with either one of them on that basis.
So Jesus would have voted with the Bush ticket because it's the one that won.
That's correct. I believe that God is ultimately in charge and that we do not get leaders in there by accident.
Really?
I happen to have voted for Mr. Dukakis, incidentally, but that doesn't alter my opinion.
Okay, Ross, take care there.
Thank you.
All right. Back we are 19 minutes after the hour of 2 o'clock. Yeah, I know they're few and far between. I appreciate that, but come on. 19 minutes into the hour, we've already had one woman call up and scream and holler that Lassiter was asking people to practice Christianity, especially Christians, and she thought that was awful and ended the conversation by saying people are talking about stopping listening today. Another guy called up and said, obviously a Bible believer and somebody that said he just read the Sermon on the Mount recently, I think even this morning, and said that God would always vote on the winning side. So therefore, the person even conceded that God would have ended up voting for Hitler in Germany in 1932 because Hitler won. And unfortunately, that would seem... what the caller said is that God always determines who's going to be the leader, which would seem to me to be somewhat contrary to that theory of free will, that God intervenes in elections. The Dukakis couldn't have won because God wanted Bush to win. So therefore, I guess that shoots down the theory of free will. I don't understand all of this. Let me give you the telephone numbers and the question. 461-9352 in Pinellas, 990-9352 in Hillsborough. The question being, would Jesus have voted for Bush, and if so, why? H.H. in Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yes, Bob.
Yeah.
In the first place, in Christ's life here on earth, not one time was he ever political. Not one single time.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Sir. I beg your pardon.
Give me an example.
Well, for example, when he said, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's.
That's correct.
And when he spoke about paying the taxes and things like that.
Not one time was ever political. He said, he is without sin, throw the first stone.
That's right. That's what he said.
The Democratic Convention, what they said about Bush, they do not need to apologize for. Anything that George Bush said about Dukakis, he does not.
Well, we're not talking about Bush and Dukakis. We're talking about Jesus.
Christ would not have voted for either one.
Oh, Christ was against being a good citizen.
For either one.
Christ was opposed to being a good citizen, I see.
Oh, no. No one said that. No one even come close to saying that.
Well, sir, I beg sir, it would seem to me that's what you just said. Because you said he wouldn't have voted, so therefore it is a citizen's duty and responsibility to vote. But you would tell me that if Christ were to come back and was living in America and was an American citizen who took part in things like censuses, as an example, so therefore he would not have been a good citizen.
Christ only came to earth for one reason, to seek and to save that which was lost. He didn't come to be political or to vote. He would not have had to die had he wanted to have voted.
Really, sir?
That's correct.
Well, I thought that was all predetermined that he had to die.
That's correct.
Oh.
That's correct.
Didn't you just contradict yourself a moment
No,
or
sir.
two ago?
I sure didn't.
Could have fooled
I
me.
certainly didn't. There's not one single contradiction in the Bible.
Oh, really?
And a Bible expert, you are not. A talk show host, you're an expert.
Sir, someone who's familiar with the Bible, you are not, because the thing is filled with contradictions, sir.
No, Christ would not have voted.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't come to that. He came to seek and to save that which was lost.
Sir, would you like me to give you just one contradiction?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go ahead.
God the Father in the Old Testament, right? God the Father.
Go ahead.
Eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth.
Mm-hmm.
God the Son in the New Testament. It has been written an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, but I would say to thee, turn the other cheek. That's a contradiction, sir.
I want to ask you a question. No, that's not a contradiction.
Oh, I see.
When he went into the money chambers, what did he do?
I guess it isn't a contradiction if you don't want it to be a contradiction.
Didn't he go where they're exchanging money for robes and things and just beat the stuffings out of them?
Well, sir, that was because they were doing it in the synagogue.
Yeah,
in the
that's
temple.
right.
Right.
What was wrong with that?
What was wrong with that?
Well,
It seems to displease him, sir.
No contradiction.
What the heck, sir?
Yes.
That in and of itself is a contradiction.
No, it's not.
Oh.
No, only in your mind.
Oh, only
in your
my
head.
mind.
A Bible
I see.
expert, you're not.
I see. Well, no, sir, but someone who dabbles in logic, I am.
No.
Someone who dabbles in the truth, I am. Someone who dabbles in reality, I am.
The only way the Bible will benefit you or anyone is you have to accept it by total, complete faith.
Oh.
And without faith, if you try to logic the Bible, you're nutty as a fruitcake.
Uh-huh. If one tries to get any logic out of the Bible, you're nutty.
Contradiction in God's word.
Sir, I think you and I have finally stumbled upon a point of agreement.
Yes, sir.
That if you accept the Bible, you're nuttier than a fruitcake.
Yeah. Well, if you don't, you're nutty as a fruitcake.
Oh. How's that, sir?
Well, if you believe it like it is, it's a benefit to you because you have to accept it by faith. If you can't accept it by faith, they will be of no value to you.
Sir, are you storing up your treasures here on earth?
Sir?
Are you storing up your treasures here on earth?
Not really.
Not really. Do you own your own home, sir?
Not really. Yes, sir.
Oh. Do you
know why I own my own home?
How many?
Keep from making a monthly payment.
Oh, I see. So
I'm not storing up anything.
Oh, I see.
I just don't want to have to make the monthly payment.
Do you have any stocks or bonds or a savings account?
I have some stock where my wife works.
Uh-huh. Sir, are you familiar with the part that says, therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear.
The people I work for could tell you that I do not worry about here on earth at all.
Then, sir, why do you have a savings account?
Because I work.
Because you work.
I
you
want
have
to
a
pay my
savings
bills.
account.
I want to repossess my car. I'm supposed to be subject to the authorities over me, according to the Bible.
Sir, your car is important to you?
Sir?
Your car is important to you?
I didn't understand what you said, sir.
I'm asking, your car is important to you?
Well, it's important because I'm a salesman and I have to travel in my business.
Well, sir, you don't have to be a salesman.
It's what I am.
I mean, sir,
it's what I think I'm supposed to be here on this earth.
You could work amongst the poor.
Who said I was interested in working amongst the poor?
No one, sir.
Okay. You're taking something for granted there that I'm not particularly interested in. Now, I give enough money to help poor. I give a healthy, substantial amount to help the poor.
Jesus was very interested in working amongst the poor.
That's correct. He was Christ. He was not you or me.
Well, he was also very interested in having his followers work amongst the poor.
Yeah. But he was also interested in people being honorable, paying their bills, and doing what's right to their neighbor.
Well, sir, neither a borrower nor a lender be?
Tell you if you do borrow. If it tells you if you do pay, if you do borrow, what interest to pay?
Well,
no problem.
Sir, neither
I'm paying my interest on my car payment.
Neither a borrower nor a lender be, and now you tell me it tells you how much interest to pay?
It tells you if you do borrow in the Bible. It tells you if you do borrow what interest to pay.
Sir, I think you and I have stumbled upon another contradiction.
No, not really. Not if you find out who it was written to, what it was written about, and the age it was written in.
Oh, I see.
If you do not dispensationally know how to take the Bible apart...
sir, in other words, the stuff in this Bible doesn't apply to this age.
That's correct, sir.
So we might as well throw this Bible out.
Under the law,
Get rid of this obsolete Bible.
No. Oh, no. It's the most up-to-date thing you've ever read. No, it's the most up-to-date thing you've ever read. It describes you and me to a T.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. To a T it describes.
Sir, do not include me in this fantasy.
Oh, it describes you.
Sorry,
whether
sir.
you want to accept it or not.
Sorry, sir.
Oh, you're described there.
Where, sir?
Well, you just are. Everyone on the face of this earth is described.
Well, where am I described,
just how it's
sir?
going to be. Doesn't say 1988,
Sir,
but it tells how it's going to be.
Sir, where am I described?
Oh, most any place.
Oh, most any place,
In
I
a
see.
multitude of words, there lacketh not sin. That describes you and me both.
Mm-hmm. So, in other words, you don't know where I'm described in the Bible.
Yeah, I said in a multitude of words, there lacks no sin. That says that in the Bible,
of words,
in the book of James.
lacks no sin.
And as much as you and I run our mouths, we both listen. We both sin every day with our mouths.
Sir, no, I don't sin.
Oh, yes, you do.
No, sir, I don't.
You do whether you accept it or not.
Sir, no, you accept sin. I do not.
The Bible says you do, not me.
No, sir, there is no sin.
The Bible says you do.
Sir, do you believe in this country?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe in the tenets of this country?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe in freedom of religion?
Yes, sir.
Well, sir, in my religion there is no sin. So how could you possibly...
You didn't ask me if I believed in your religion.
Oh, you
didn't ask me.
Sir, it doesn't say freedom of religions that you believe in. It says freedom of religion.
Oh, wait. Now, Bob, you have a right to be a Muslim, a Hindu, anything you want.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Yeah.
No problem with that.
Oh, no problem with that.
But
how about if I want to be an
when
atheist?
you start
Do you have
talking
any
about
problem
Christ
with that, sir?
and what the Bible says, you're leaving the Koran or one of those other books. Now you're talking about the Bible. See, you try to put them all in the same bowl and stir them up and have a hodgepodge stew.
Sir, I've never tried to compare the Bible with the Koran.
See,
never.
I only use that as an example.
Of an example of something that has never happened?
You said about your religion. Well, you're talking about Christ today.
Sir,
and you're talking about the Sermon on the Mount. And you're talking about...
Sir, I'm not a Muslim.
I didn't say you were.
Well, you said I was trying to use the Koran because it's my religion.
No, I said if it was the Koran. No, I didn't say you were that, man. I don't know what you are, sir. My business what you are. But when you start talking about Christ and the Sermon on the Mount and the King James Version of the Bible, now you're talking about one Bible, one Christ, one Sermon on the Mount.
Sir, I can read.
Yes,
I know what it says in there. I know what it says in there.
But don't try to say they're all the same, which...
Sir, I don't believe I ever did say they're all the same.
No, not quite.
No, never even close, sir.
You've come close.
No, I haven't, sir.
Like when you said your religion. I'm not talking about your religion unless you say that your religion is based on the Sermon on the Mount, Christ, and what the Bible says.
Sir, I don't believe I've ever said all religions are the same. They share many of the same ideas in terms of keeping people in line, but I've never, sir, said they're all the same.
The original question, Christ would not have voted for either one.
Because he's not a good citizen.
He was a perfect citizen. He was a
if a perfect citizen would have voted.
No. Hey, listen, he'd have got rid of Herod had he wanted to.
Oh, but he didn't want to.
No, sir. That
Oh.
was not his mission. He came to seek to save
Sir, did it ever...
and to sacrifice his life, and he did.
Sir, did it ever dawn on you that maybe he couldn't have gotten rid of Herod?
What'd you say?
Did it ever dawn on you that maybe he couldn't have gotten rid of Herod?
He could have, no trouble.
Or cancer?
He could have.
Oh.
He could have.
He could have, but he was more interested in turning wine out of water.
Why he came. He came to seek
to turn wine into water, yeah.
And sacrifice
water into wine.
like
one of
he
those.
did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
No, sir, it's not okay.
Well, it is okay.
Well, no, sir, you said he was a perfect citizen.
Oh, he was a perfect citizen.
Well, if he was a perfect citizen, sir, then he would have exercised his duty and responsibility to vote.
A perfect person couldn't relate to you or me, because you and I are not perfect by a long shot.
Well, sir, if a perfect person couldn't relate to us, then why in the hell did he try?
He could save that which was lost, shed his blood, sacrifice himself, and he did it.
Sir, if he couldn't relate to us, why did he try?
He said when it was done, he said, and it is done.
No, sir, I don't believe they were his last words at all.
I didn't say, but he said that.
Well, sir, you just did say that he said it, and I just said I don't believe they were his last words.
Everything in the Bible can be taken literally.
Well, everything in the Bible can be taken literally.
Eye for an eye and a tooth for tooth and all those things.
Uh-huh.
But you've got to know when it was written, why it was written.
Oh, the pick and choose Bible. I
If
see.
you don't know how to take the Bible dispensationally,
I see.
then you know nothing about it.
So, sir, you subscribe to the pick and choose Bible.
No, I didn't say that.
Well, sir, that's what you just got finished saying. You said, believe whatever you want to believe. Don't believe what you don't want to believe. If it's convenient, great. If it isn't, say that it doesn't, apply anymore.
Wait, if you don't know what the dispensation of grace is versus dispensational law, you know nothing about the Bible. That's all I'm telling you. And I don't.
Sir, that has nothing to do with the Bible. Now you're talking about theology.
If you don't know who is written,
sir, now you're talking about theology. You're not talking about the Bible anymore.
I'm talking about common sense.
Common sense?
When you talk about
when the hell are you going to start talking common sense?
A little of it. That's all.
See, you've been on for almost 20 minutes. Now you're going to start talking common sense?
Yeah.
Okay, start.
Hey. Once more, he would not have voted for either one.
Sir, how long have you been inside of Christ's head?
What'd you say?
How long have you been inside of Christ's head? How long have you known what he would do and what he wouldn't do?
I just wouldn't use that phrase, okay?
Well, sir, in essence, that's what you said. I mean, you told me, I know he wouldn't vote. How do you know he wouldn't vote, sir?
He didn't come to vote. He didn't come to be political. He came to seek
sir,
and sacrifice his life, which he did.
Sir, we're not talking about 2,000 years ago. We're talking about 1988. If he was here today.
We're using a hypothetical nothing.
Yeah, that's kind of what the whole thing is, sir. That's kind of what the whole thing is, a hypothetical nothing.
And neither man has anything to forgive the other one for. The caucus has no reason to apologize to Bush or vice versa. They were in a good, heated political campaign. The issues were painted black and white, and the people...
Oh, sir, the issues were painted gray, and you know it.
Name me an issue that wasn't discussed. You can't name one.
I can't?
Yeah, name one that wasn't discussed. Just one.
Corporate takeovers.
Corporate takeovers. George Bush discussed that when he was talking about his international trade situation.
Corporate takeovers, sir, are not international trade.
I don't know the date, but he discussed it.
Sir, corporate trades are not, corporate takeovers are not international trade.
No, I said in that segment of his discussions, that was mentioned.
It was mentioned.
Yes, sir.
Even though it has nothing whatsoever to do with the topic.
A lot of things weren't dwelled on, but I don't know of a single issue that wasn't discussed by the caucus or Bush or both.
Masturbation.
Well, I'm talking about that are interest to people. I don't want to...
Sir, I beg your pardon. The person that's masturbating is very interested in it.
I'm not interested in being obscene and filthy, okay? I didn't call you for that.
Obscene and filthy?
Yeah. Fact is, I think you've had...
Something that's done by virtually everyone?
Me, you've had with anyone in a long time.
I've had the what?
One of the cleanest conversations with me you've had with anyone in a long time.
Really?
That's right.
Huh.
I'm not going to rant and rave and cuss at you, and I'm not going to let you rant and rave and cuss at me, and I haven't.
Oh. I've never cussed at anyone, sir.
No.
You see, sir. Sir. You have to believe in the God of the Bible in order to curse someone. See, if you don't believe in curses are things that you hope supernatural powers will do to other people. And I don't believe in supernatural powers, sir. So I've never cursed anybody my entire life.
Bob,
maybe you have, but I haven't.
I wasn't talking about curses on people. I was talking about profanity.
Profanity?
Yeah. I'll put unacceptable language in decent circles.
What's unacceptable language, sir?
Well,
talking about words like hell and damn.
When I called, used unacceptable language.
Sir, are you talking about words like hell and damn?
Used a certain way, yes.
2 words that George Bush used on network television this past weekend.
I heard him use it in a way that I thought was unacceptable. I don't mind admitting that.
What possible way, sir? What possible way is there to use the word hell in an unacceptable way?
If you say to someone, if you die without Christ, you're going to go to hell. That's acceptable. That's decent, and said in that content. Now, if you tell someone, look, you go to blankety blank blank blank, that's unacceptable in decent society.
Well, sir, I could never use the word then in that context because I don't believe in hell.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying.
So I've never used those words like that.
All right, well, I got to let you go because...
Oh, you have to let me go.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, okay. Hey, anytime. Ron in Tampa. Ron, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hello, Bob.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Fine.
Gotta admit, I admire your how do we put it, your conversations. To answer the question point blank, if Jesus or God were voting, I would say they would not have voted for Bush.
Uh-huh.
Okay? And if, for those people who do not like to accept these quote-unquote hardcore stands, if he were to preach or even indulge or...
Well, why would God not have voted for Bush?
I believe that God would vote, or he'd rather have his people vote for somebody who would be in the office, quote-unquote, to be helping the many and not the few. And I feel that Republicans in general are for big business. I feel they think that's an easy roundabout way to say, well, big business is good for the general, which in a way is, but more so, we like to think as ourselves as Christians as far as helping the many, not the few. And I feel that...
Well, who does? I don't see a great deal of that.
Excuse me?
Who likes to feel that way? I don't see very much of that these days.
Who like to what?
Who are these people that like to help the many? I don't see too many of them these days.
Well, as far as what I've seen, as far as if we're getting down to Dukakis and Bush, from what I've seen from the debates and things like this, I would feel that Dukakis would have been more for the common person.
Uh-huh.
That's what I've seen. I mean, I'm not a political genius or anything, but that's what I saw in the debates, what little I saw. As far as the issues being covered, there's a vast majority of issues that I really couldn't think of a bunch of them, but I know that there's a great deal of issues that probably weren't covered. All they saw was basic things like hospitalization, foreign policy as far as nuclear arms. You know, as far as hitting home, probably what a lot of people would maybe want to...
Well, I think there's no need to rehash the election. I think we all can remember it. It just wasn't that long ago. Thanks, Ron.
Thank you.
Take care. 990-9352 in Hillsborough, 461-9352 in Pinellas. We are looking for people who would like to convince us that had Jesus been voting last week, he would have voted for Bush. And to tell us why he would have voted for Bush. That's what we're looking for. Pretty sure that's what we're looking for. What an extraordinary afternoon. We haven't done this for a long time in the afternoon, and that has proved to Christians that they are very un-Christian-like people. It's not very hard to do. As a matter of fact, it's actually a piece of cake. I should almost be ashamed of myself for doing so. But I enjoy it nonetheless, and we haven't done it for a long time. Maybe we'll do it again tomorrow and the day after that, because I really forgot the great feeling of exhilaration that one gets when one confronts these loudmouthed hypocrites with the teachings of their own Savior that they run from like you can't believe. I particularly enjoy the ones who try to explain away. Well, no, that's not... What he really meant to say was, and you just have to accept that faith. Uh-huh. So there are 19 minutes left for all of you good folk to sit down and examine your conscience and come to an understanding that either A, you don't know what the teachings are, or B, you couldn't care less about them because they just are not very convenient. They're not very convenient at all. They're a real pain in the kazoo, you know what I mean? I would, again, as I have pointed out to you once or twice in the past, I would probably be very interested in coming and joining you if I could find some of you guys that actually practice this stuff. But you don't. Oh, sure, there are 4 or 5 or maybe even a half a dozen of you in this city who do. But the rest of you, especially those of you who run around trumpeting, God bless you. God bless the flag. God bless Ollie North. God bless this. God bless the other thing. Having the vaguest idea what in the hell it's all about. And I can't think of a more silly question. Hell, I told you that in the beginning of the show. I can't think of a more silly question than would Christ have voted the Republican ticket, because clearly he wouldn't have. Clearly he couldn't have. Because if he did, then he would have become a hypocrite. Wouldn't have been very easy for him to vote the Democratic ticket either, but it's a little less hypocritical in terms of what his teachings were. So whether or not he would have just stayed home that day, I don't know for sure. Or if he would have ended up voting the Democratic. But I know for a fact that with the current Democratic Party and the current Republican Party, there's just no question about it. And the astonishing thing is that the majority of people who comprise this new Republican Party are Christians. So they say. But again, I had always been under the impression that the way that you demonstrated your Christianity was not by telling me about it, but by setting good examples, by following the teachings of the Savior. That's what it says in the book. It's very explicit in the book about making public displays of your religion, like in the synagogue, on the street, or on television, or on radio, or wherever it might be. So we will sit back and wait again for another soul or two to try to tell us why Christ would have voted Republican. That does, of course, leave the question why all those good Christians voted Republican when obviously Christ couldn't have, wouldn't have. It would have been contrary to everything that he said he believed in. Onward, Christian. By the way, hi there, guys over there at Channel 22. Yeah, we know you're listening. We know that you advocate right-wing politics. When was the last time you guys read the Sermon on the Mount on the air, huh? Hey, I don't blame you. My goodness, there's one now. Mike in Venice. Mike, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
I just told your interviewer there that I may live to regret this. Going under the premise that you're going under, that Republicans and Christians are not caring and sharing people, I agree with you, but I think your premise is all wrong. And I speak for myself. I can't speak.
You agree with the premise, but you think it's all wrong.
What's that?
You agree with the premise, but you think it's all wrong.
No. No, you're not going to do this to me. You're not going to twist my words around. I said if you go under that premise that Christians and Republicans are not caring and sharing people, then yes, you are correct. But I don't agree with your premise. I think that Christians are caring people, and I think that Christians do share what they have. And I think, to directly answer your question, the only...
I beg your pardon, there are very, very few Christians who share what they have even close to what was suggested on the Sermon on the Mount.
Well, then you don't know. Well, you're talking 2,000 years ago as compared to today, and you don't know true Christians, and you may.
Well, wait a second. I'm sure that Christ feels the same today as he did 2,000 years ago. As a matter of fact, it even says in the Bible that he is the same today as he was yesterday, as he will be tomorrow.
That's fine.
So I'm sure that these things still apply.
Okay, they apply. Granted. Now, you're talking about two different time periods also, where you're talking about fish and wine as compared to clothing and dollars and cents and food and other aspects. That
believe it or not, they had tunics and shekels and stuff like that back then too.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
They had tunics and shekels back then too.
Well, very true. The point that I'm trying to get at is that you're going under the premise that Christians do not share what they have. Okay, and if you know Christians who do not share what they have, they're not true Christians.
Well, it doesn't say share. It says, do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth. Period.
And it also says that God became poor so that we could become rich, or Jesus became poor so that we could become rich. And don't tell me that he became, this talks spiritually, because Jesus was not spiritually poor. Okay, he wants us to have the fruits of the earth.
Jesus, where does it say Jesus became poor? Do you have any idea at all?
No, I'm not good. I really don't. I can't recite the actual passage.
I don't believe I've ever read anything quite like that.
Okay, well then what I will do, I'll be more than happy to look it up for you and call you back at a later date, but this is one...
I'd be delighted.
Okay, but let me close by saying that if in fact you feel that the Republicans and the Christians do not share what they have and give away what they have, you don't know true Christians. And the major point that I saw the difference between...
Mike, I could have sworn that's been the whole premise of the show, is that I've never encountered a true Christian.
No, that's very possible. It's very possible that you never have. All right, I am, and you're gonna kill me for this, but I am a born-again Christian. I have been for many years. But I am not a Christian that stands on the street corner and says, God bless you to everybody. This is my feelings.
You see, right then and there, you are already in direct opposition to the teachings of the Sermon on the Mount.
That's not true.
Oh, I beg your pardon. It is true.
If you want to talk to me,
I beg your pardon because...
Well, you can beg all you want, but you're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong. I happen to have the Sermon on the Mount in front of me, Mike.
If you
and what the Sermon on the Mount says, Mike, is not to make a display of your righteousness, that God will know it. You don't have to be a hypocrite like the Pharisees.
Well, what is your point?
You shouldn't have even brought up the fact that you're a born-again Christian.
Well, I'm just telling you. You told me that you're an atheist. Well, you didn't tell me, and you may have not said that you're an atheist, but you alluded to the fact
that's because I'm not.
Callers.
No, that's because I'm not. I simply asked him if I was an atheist, would that be okay?
Okay. All right, fine. But why? I can't tell you what my religion is? You consider...
Well, your religion says that you shouldn't.
Boisterous and...
No, sir, it's your religion says that you shouldn't. It's not my opinion. I don't give a damn one way or the other. It makes no difference to me.
Because I told you of my religious beliefs, you think that I'm out on the street corners yelling it?
Well, no, sir, you're far more effective than that. You're reaching 100,000 people.
Well,
you're out on the street corners, you only reach maybe at best a couple of hundred.
But I just told you what my religion was. I wasn't telling you...
But, sir, your religion says that...
Go to hell if
but, sir, your religion says that you shouldn't go around talking about it.
Why?
I don't know why, sir. It's your God.
What, because I told you what my religious beliefs are?
Read the instructions. Read the instructions, sir. Good grief.